Troll Slayers Tabletop Simulator 1 day RTT. Here we are in the realm of, well, it looks like we're in the middle of Middenheim, maybe some sort of city. I don't know if you guys can see in the backdrop there. Very excited to be here live. I'm joined by my co-host, as well as the Twitch chat, Mr. James Powell. Hi, James.
What up?
What up, indeed. So we've upgraded since the last stream in constant improvement, Honest Wargamer style, and we've now got a little overlay. I may or may not keep updating it. We will see. So as you can see, we have got the Legion of Chaos Ascendant. Oh no, I need to change the sub-faction on that. Let me just give that a quick... Give me a moment. That's wrong. No sub-faction. That is what it is. So you can find that inside the Wrath of the Everchosen book, and then we are up against a Stormcast list, which is, who would have thought that? Who would have thought that? So I'll run you through the lists. As you can see, on the right hand side, the Legion of Chaos Ascendant are deploying, so the Stormcast will be on the left. Now we've got Antu. Big up Antu, who is playing here. So he's running 3 units of 10 Demonettes. He's got a Vermin Lord Corruptor, a Gaunt Summoner on Disc of Tzeentch, and Kairos Fateweaver. And he's running 12 Kadai Fireborn, which I am a huge fan of. He's got Warp Lightning Vortex, Umbral Spellport, and a Darkfire Demon Rift. So as you can see, the Demonettes have already started to deploy there on the board. There's another unit there and another unit there. So those big pieces, though, the Corruptor, the Gaunt Summoner of Disc of Tzeentch. Again, James, we've seen another Gaunt Summoner on Disc of Tzeentch. Not sure how you feel about it. I think he's gone downstairs. And then Kairos Fateweaver. It's going to be interesting. Both of these players have won their game. And then we've got Mark, and Mark is running a Stormcast list. He has got a Lord Celestial Stardrake, he's got a Drakesworn Templar, and then he's got a Lord Castellan, a Lord Exorcist, and Lord Kroak. 3 lots of 5 Liberators, an Everblaze Comet, Umbral Spell Portal, and the Balewind Vortex. So, yeah, let's go. This is exciting. And this is the battle plan that we're playing. James will give us the info on the battle plan in a minute. As you can see here.
Yeah. We're playing Scorched Earth, so it's a... Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. It's a horizontal deployment. Is that the right one? That's right. So they've got 50 and 50, so you can see the blue line down the middle on Tabletop Simulator. The white line's where they can deploy to, I believe. So we're playing Scorched Earth, 2019 edition, which got changed. So it's now, I think, if I'm right, the only AOS battle plan that's fought over 8 objectives.
It's why we have to make 8 rings all the time.
It is, yeah. So they're on the table, which is kind of crazy. But that's the Honest Wargamer objective markers that show the distances. And we basically sell them in 8s for this battle plan, but also so that you can play every battle plan. So what they're basically doing is, starting from the second battle round, a player can raise, so burn, any objective they control in enemy territory, scoring D3 points instead of 1, but it removes it from play. So they get 1 for any objective they hold in their own territory, and they get D3 from round 2 for any in their opponent's territory that they burn, or they can just sit on it for 1.
Okay, all right, there you go. Yeah, so you can't burn until round 2, but I don't think that that's what we're going to see played here. It's going to be such an interesting matchup. So the way this is going to work, James, is there's 2 big Star Drakes, effectively, on the board. They're not down yet. And can we also take a moment to look at some of these units you'll have never seen? You see this guy here, a Lord Exorcist. This guy is just... You don't see him on the tabletop.
There was one in my Stormcast army.
There shouldn't be. I need you to know that.
He's just such a good model.
Yeah, he's a great model.
That's why he was in my army. Why wouldn't you have him? If he ever comes back out, I might call him Rob, just to really trigger you.
That would indeed. I'm just sharing this out to everyone in the world. Welcome to everyone who's joined us. What up, Pete Essex? What up, Serbator? Anyone who's joined us live. So here's the tabletop, as you can see, right there. So we're waiting to see some of these. Look at the Vermin Lord Corruptor. That seems to have gone on the line. Yeah, not scared at all. This Gaunt Summoner, though, hiding right there, is going to summon some pinks. And so we've got 2 Star Drakes that are going to go down at some point. They are currently over there. Those Star Drakes, when they get deployed, along with Kroak, are looking to just do mortal wound spam to all of these characters. That Gaunt Summoner has to stay alive for a turn to put down its 10 pink horrors. That's its main job in the list. Now, Legion of Chaos Ascendant, the Vermin Lord Corruptor here is going to be giving him a 5+ damage prevention roll. So he's basically going to be giving him like an after damage save, effectively. As well as everyone in this demon army has an after damage save of a 6+, unless they're within 9 of the Vermin Lord Corruptor, who is the general. Let me just double check this. Let me just Stinky Steve, you've missed nothing so far. Let me just double check. The Vermin Lord is the general, and he's got that command trait, the Ruinous Aura, and he's also got that spell, the Echo of Hatred. Let's definitely merge the call. There we go. Just get our TO is joining us live right now. Hello.
Nice. Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good.
Has round 2 kicked off well?
It has. It has indeed. Good. Fucking great.
Oh, good. The table that we're on is table 4. That's the table that we're on.
I thought you might be somehow.
Yeah. This Legion of Chaos Ascendant versus the Stormcast. I think this will be a quick and brutal game, unlike the last game that we witnessed, personally. It's going to be very, very quick. Both these players won their first game, right? Or their first round?
Yes. Yeah, they both got... they won their first round. I think the... Who is it? So, the Legion of Chaos Ascendant got a 19-1 win, so we got 3 of his objectives as well. And I can't remember who he's playing. Stormcast, isn't it?
Yes.
And the other guy also got his 19-1. He's got the double Star Drake. He did quite well in his last game, so yeah.
Yes, double Star Drake, Lord Kroak. So you're going to be doing loads of mortal wounds. If anyone's just joined us live, my name's Rob. Welcome to Unstoppable Gamer. I'm joined by James. This is James. Say hi, James.
What up?
And our TO, Adam, is going to be bringing you the hot goss. Now, in the chat, I'll put the link to the lists that are available on Tabletop TO, if you guys want to go and check those out. So you can see what lists are being run. But it's Legion of Chaos Ascendant, which is, it's not the newest book, but it is possibly one of the most complicated books. Armies, in that it can draw from lots of different places. So as you can see, everything on this side is a Chaos Demon. Kairos Fateweaver, Chaos Demon. Vermin Lord Corruptor, Chaos Demon. Gaunt Summoner on Disc has got the Chaos and Demon keyword. And the Kudai Fireborn that you've seen from the Chaos Dwarves, so the Legion of Asgore, are also Chaos Demons, and there's a big brick of 12 of those to go down as well. Nearly 500 points in that unit, and they are going to be murderous to deal with because they've got a 5-up. They've got a 5-up ethereal armor save, and then a 5-up after damage save. Right, so it's
nice.
just gonna kick ass. What's up, James?
I said that's nice.
It's really nice. It's really nice. The biggest issue that they have is, unlike most demons, they're not bravery 10. They're bravery 7?
Cowards.
Cowards, absolutely. So they are going to potentially struggle. There they are. There's the brick.
They're going down. Look at that. That's a nice model in the game as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, some of these models. So we're playing on Tabletop Simulator, or we're not playing. These guys are playing on Tabletop Simulator and to a mark in a tournament that's been organised by Adam here from... the Plymouth Troll Slayers. So if you guys want to check out if you want to check out a cool gaming club in Plymouth, check these guys out. Not a lot of screens are going to go down here. Not a lot of screens. You've got Lord Kroak still to go down. There's the Everblaze Comet. This is a spell that could be used. The Portal and the Bellwind Vortex. Guaranteed that Bellwind Vortex is going to have that frog on top of it.
It's super cool that he's also got a load of cards and his list in the game.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, very organised. Let's just take a quick peruse. There you go. So we can
Yeah, it's super cool.
There's the list. If you guys need to see the list. He's also, as you can see, he's got Staunch Defender on his Lord Celestant. So add 1 save rolls for attacks that target friendly Stormcast units wholly within 9 inches. So that's going to be a big bonus because he's got really good armor save, and these Kadai are amazing. They run and can charge. They fly, right? So they've got loads of output, and they've got 5 attacks each. That Brick of 12 is doing 60 attacks, hitting on 3s, wounding on 4s, but they've got no rend. So having ran competitively a unit of 12 Kadai Fireborn for a year, let me tell you that they suck when they hit armor. So this could be a really interesting battle. Really interesting. But what about Kairos just shutting down Kroak? Who's the real wizard? Who are you rooting for? Twitch chat and everyone else.
Oh, Stormcast.
Oh, you're rooting for Stormcast? Why?
Yeah, I was a Stormcast player for like a long time. And also, I'd like to point out, he has a Griffhound, so he should win.
He has got a Griffhound.
Just one Griffhound, want him to win. If that Griffhound does something this game, I'll be pleased. That's all I want.
Do you want the Griffhound to actually win the game for him? That's the real question.
I'm not sure it's... he could teleport it, maybe? No, he's not. No relictor.
Now, of course, if you go onto Tabletop TO, it will show you what some of the other matches are in this ladder, round 2. So you're definitely looking at quite a few Seraphon lists. So I know I've got a Seraphon fan in the chat in Circon. So we will show that last, but in typical live coverage standards, we went for the interesting list. And Tabletop Simulator has really allowed people to write some very interesting lists, because this is quite an eclectic collection of models. A Fate Weaver, some Demonettes, a Gaunt Summoner, Kadai, Verminlord Corruptor, like quite an interesting selection. And then this is Stormcast plus Kroak. Although really, who owns 2 Star Drakes? That's the real question.
Actually, I don't.
You don't? You don't?
No,
How do you feel about that?
I brought one. Think that thought it was a beautiful model. Used it in a game. Realised it was pointless. Never bothered again.
And 2, just letting everyone know his mum watching. Just saying hi to that.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum.
Hi, Auntie's mum, if you're watching.
Now, this list is a really cool list that we've seen. Both of these.
I don't think it's one of those writing on the table.
Oh, who is it?
I don't know. There's no one else in here.
Oh my God, let's kick him.
Oh, it is. No. So the Chaos Ascendant player did write "Hi, Mum" on the table, and the Stormcast player is having a laugh about it.
So if you guys are wondering what we're doing, we're currently playing, well, we're not playing, but we're watching some people play in a tournament on Tabletop Simulator. If you there is some really good guides available to play Age of Sigmar or 40k or any tabletop game on Tabletop Simulator. And you can have, last game we watched, I felt like I was back in, not quite back at a tournament. I missed the roar of the crowd. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, but, and there is, anyone who says there isn't a roar of a crowd at a live event is obviously lying. It's a wild time, right? A big shout out to my man Rograx in the chat. Love that guy. Love him so much.
So I'm just having a little nose around the table, and I just think while they're setting up for a laugh, it might be worth just having a little look at the difference in the standard Liberators to the Great Hammer.
Look at cheeky Kroak. He's gone down. So the Legion of Chaos Ascendant, which is being run by Antu on the right-hand side, is found in the Wrath of the Ever-Chosen. It's not. It's a weird book. That book. It just got released. It seemed out of nowhere, but it's got rules for making you have sub-factions for Nurgle, and also allows you to run like a Be'lakor list, and also a list that is, as stated here, Chaos Demons. And this, for me, look at this. This is really important for you guys to see. So, in a 9-inch bubble, I've put that on there twice, I think. Oops. Anyway, yeah, in a 9-inch bubble here, you have a ability to ignore a 5+ DPR. So if you're in the Legion of Chaos Ascendant, you get a 6+ after damage save. Oh, we found out what's happening, James. What's happening? It looks like it's an off.
Here we go.
Here we go. Legion go first.
They're just debating, I think.
Oh, 80 Mac, I want to play this big time. 80 Mac, you can get it, man. It's easy peasy. If you need any help, give me a call. I'll help you 100%.
Oh yeah, so Ascendant going first, and the pink horrors are being deployed from the Gaunt Summoner.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, there's so few models on this table.
There is very few. It's a very tight game realistically. So that Gaunt Summoner, he gives up a cast turn 1. Well, not turn 1. You don't have to do it in turn 1,
Whenever
but
he
most people do it turn 1. Yeah. And then that means you can put down any from a list. You can put 10 Bloodletters, 10 Plague Bearers, 10 Demonettes, but you're only ever going to put down 10 Pig Horrors because why the hell wouldn't you? Is dumb.
Yeah. Well, I tried all of them apart from Bloodletters because Corn sucks. None of it. There's no reason you wouldn't take the pinks.
No, none. So he's dropped down the horrors in the hero phase. The horrors have cast their own spell, giving them +1 to hit. So their 30 shots that they normally do will now be hitting on. They'll be hitting on 4s, as opposed to where they traditionally hit on 5s. And I think he's eyeballing Kroak. I think he's looking to turn 1 Kroak before Kroak can get up. Now Kroak is terrifying. He's in every order list ever at the minute. He's got a Bellwind Vortex over here waiting to go on top of it. But he's a little less survivable in this list than you would traditionally see him inside of a Saurus list, because in a Saurus list you would have him have some Saurus Guard nearby to soak up some damage.
I'm also not sure why he deployed him there and not just in the back corner, because he's global unbind, isn't he? So
it's because no, I don't know if the global actually is only in Seraphon. That's a great question. But it's because what he's going to do is, again in Seraphon, if you want to make his spell do the max range damage, then you would also have an Astaroth Banner Bearer, which adds an additional 6 inches on top. But in this situation, it doesn't. So he does want to control some element of the board with Kroak's main spell. And Kroak's main spell has got a 10-inch range. So being on the Balewind, it'll have a 16-inch range. So it'll at least be able to affect, kind of this half of the board. Why is it doing it twice? Well, that's what I reckon anyway. Can we see the list somewhere? Yes, you can. You should be able to type. I was hoping my man Scrivo had sorted out !list, but he hasn't. That's my fault. I should have done it. So the lists are coming to you right now in the chat. James?
Yeah.
You heard any spells being cast?
So we've got a reroll saves of 1 on the Kadai.
Ooh, okay. Reroll save. Okay, so they've got a 5-up ethereal save, as I discussed. So it looks like this army, it's built around these Kadai. These Kadai that you can see here are worth
480, did we say?
480, 25% of the army for the Legion of Chaos Ascendant, and really they're their brick. You've got 300 points spent on Demonettes, but those 300 points are spent just to.
You can see him now. He's just measuring the screen out so that the Liberators can't drop behind him.
Because we've got 3 units of 10 Liberators that are off the screen, right? Yes.
Yeah, so he's basically asking his opponent if he could deep strike in there.
Yeah, there we go. So we're just going to see those, see if they can fit in. So those guys are going to do some measuring, because those Liberators aren't going to do some crazy damage, but all they're looking to do is secure these objectives and burn them. So there is these 8 objectives. Each one's worth a point. So to hold them, but you can burn your opponent's objectives. So you can burn these 4 here, or those 4. So lots to play for. What workshop content are you using for the table? It's all done through you just type in Age of Sigmar on whatever that thing is called.
Tabletop Simulator?
Nailed it, absolutely. In the workshop.
Steam Workshop?
Yeah.
It's just Steam Workshop.
Steam Workshop. There you go.
Yeah.
You can see it.
So if you buy, I'll be boring and explain. So if you basically buy Tabletop Simulator on Steam, Steam allows mods to work on games if they want. So there's a little workshop tab in your library or in the store. You can go on there. Depending on the game, some will be purchasable, some will be free. But you can just do it that way. Okay, so these pinks are moving now, Rob.
Oh, are they?
Because today we learned they can be summoned. Well, today you learned they could be summoned and move.
Yes. Even though I'd already played with them, and it's a
Several times, yeah. So those pinks actually should be terrified of those star drakes, right? Because they can just eat them.
The pinks, no. The Star Drakes don't actually have tons of output, or not as much as people generally tend to think. Like, they are good, don't get me wrong, but they're not in the upper bracket of monsters. They're more survivable than they are killy.
Yeah, but they don't do a huge amount of damage, but he's just put them all in a line. So a Star Drake could literally move into the middle and eat some, because they eat them out the middle.
Oh, yes. No, you're 100% he could do that. Yeah,
then he loses a pink, 2 blues, and a brim, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. Yeah, he doesn't want that to happen.
So he could literally charge 2 into the middle, stop him piling in, and eat 2 out the middle now.
That's a tactic. The problem is then these Kadai are going to hit. So you tend to see this a lot, actually, or it tends to be how I play a lot. Like, because if you look, like, what you'll see the Kadai do, I assume, is they're not going to commit super far, but they might. Effectively, what he's doing is, this is where you're going to fight me, in that centre line where the pinks are. Yep. You're going to send your Star Drakes over, and that's where we're going to fight. And then, weirdly, you happen to be within 18 inches of Kairos, 18 inches of a Gaunt Summoner, and within charge range of these Kadai to do the damage. Because really, it's the Star Drakes versus the Kadai, effectively, and everything else is a support piece in order to making that happen. But it's whether or not the Star Drakes will survive, and whether or not actually in 2 turns, because you're going to get Rain of Stars coming from both the Star Drakes and Kroak, you're going to get that +1 to cast, which is going to be cast over here on the Exorcist. So that means he's going to get +1 to cast, and he's going to try and drop the Comet down to do the mortal wounds. So there's so much mortal wound output coming from the Stormcast army, but it could easily survive. Is that the right word? I don't know. You could easily tank it on those 5-up DPR saves. It's just whether or not they actually are made. Now, those Kadai are movement 7, but they also can run and charge. They also fly. So they're deceptively fast and really quite strong. It's such a good unit. And the fact that now you can put them in another army, you can put them in the Legion of Chaos Ascendant. I mean, that's some real fun. And like, you pick them up from Forge World, and you're going to have a great time with those Kadai.
You're like a Kadai fanboy.
They're good, but they have inherent weaknesses. I actually say it's a bit like the Mortek Crawler for OCR Bone Reapers. Like, It's a great unit, but it has inherent weaknesses. And once you start to understand that about either Army A or Army B, or you understand, like, when things are just too good all around. Looking at Mortek Guard as another example, like we saw in the last game. Or a Bastillodon, yes. Super survivable, great output. And arguably, Mortek Guard are even better because they're super survivable, they've got great output, they block really well, so blocking's a term that we use to describe being able to control board space and move around and generally be in the way. So they block really well, and they score objectives super well. They're almost perfect. If they gave themselves buffs... Oh, no, wait, they do. They buff themselves with rerolls to hit. They're the perfect piece. They do all the things.
Everything they need to do is in their little pot of tricks.
Yeah, look at this, though. This is a pretty fearsome front line that this Star Drake is battling up against. He's got, as you can see there, 12 Kadai. There's 50 wounds, really, inside those pink horrors. Kairos sat there, willing to stop everything. Kara's able to change 1 dice roll. So I wonder what he's going to do. Oh, what's happening here? Is that 10 more pink horrors, or was that a mistake? That's got to be a mistake. I don't know where they'd come from. James, any thoughts?
I'm just trying to listen.
Oh, okay. Did I? Is it the summoning thing that you can do? Of course.
Yeah.
Legion of Chaos Ascendant. Of course, I forgot about that. That's wild. That's so many wounds. Oh, that's so horrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's great.
Yeah, so he's just summoned those.
Just summon those. So they aren't from the Gaunt Summoner, are they? Are they from the Gaunt Summoner? No, they're not.
He's cast it, I think. Is it?
Yes,
Or it comes from a hero.
it does. It comes from a hero. I'm just gonna
so
go.
the
I'm just gonna go and
Gaunt
read the
Summoner.
rule. Let me just go read the rule out to you guys because it's a cool rule. And I'd actually 100% forgotten it was happening, so I love it when that pops up. Why are Pink Horrors 50 wounds in total, says Alistair's DM. So you've got 10 wounds on the 10 Pink Horrors.
Do you want me to explain that while you find the rule?
Thanks, bro.
Okay, so on the table you've got 10 Pink Horrors. Pink Horrors have a rule that's called something like split and split again, but it might have changed. So for each Pink Horror on the table, it has a wound. It has a 6-up save and a 6-up DPR save, so like a 6-up shrug to any damage that's done. But basically what happens is each time a pink dies, it splits into 2 blue horrors. So they deploy within an inch of its base, but so each one deploys into, it dies, turns into 2 blues, and each blue that dies turns into a brimstone. So it gives you 10 pinks, which then gives you 20 blues, which then gives you 20 brimstones. So it's 50 wounds in all. So that's where those are coming from. Just so people who are watching, the Star Drake that's just appeared as if by magic is actually just as if by magic. So they basically put a base down to see where a Star Drake could fit before he decides where he's making his moves, because it's easier than using the tape measure tool on Tabletop Simulator.
Yeah. So Pete's saying 100 extra wounds summoned turn 1. That's fine. So also don't forget that's 100
easy.
extra. That's 100 extra wounds with a 6+ DPR. So Pink Horrors already have it. So and DPR is what we use to say damage prevention roll. You might know it as disgusting resilience or feel no pain. Everyone's got loads of different words for it. So we're just saying DPR as it is what it is, damage prevention roll. So those 10 Pink Horrors in the center. I've got a 6+ DPR naturally. They also have a 6+ DPR for being in Legion of Chaos Ascendant. This unit of 10 Pink Horrors, if they're within range of the Gaunt Summoner, has got thanks for that, Adu, I love you. Has got another 10 Pink Horrors who've got a 6+ DPR and a 5+ DPR because of the command ability, or not command, the command trait that's on the Vermin Lord. Now, the reason that those 10 Pink Horrors have brought up is because of the Undying Legions. At the end of your movement phase, you can pick one friendly Chaos Ascendant Demon Hero that's on the battlefield and roll 3d6. On a 10+, you can summon one of the following units, and obviously there is a Pink Horror unit in there. The summon unit must be set up wholly within 12 inches of the Chaos Ascendant Demon Hero and more than 9 inches away from enemy units. So there you go. So you have to roll a 10 on 3d6. Statistically, it's likely, but it could also not happen. Hey, fantastic.
Every turn?
Yeah, every turn. At the end of your movement phase. It's not once per game.
Hero.
Yeah, as long as you've got a demon hero, at the end of your movement phase, you can pick one friendly Chaos Demon hero that is in the battlefield. There you go. So you could just keep putting down Pink Horrors.
Wow.
It's so fun. It's
I
so
should have
fun.
brought that book.
You should have bought that book. I've been talking about it. Me and Owen have been talking about this, but using blood crushers to do the impact hits as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're corn.
You could put them in. They're Legion of Chaos Ascendant.
Yeah, but they're corn. Why would you do that? Rubbish guard.
It's a great card, especially the impact hits. Anubis on Facebook, if you want to download the game, you have to go onto Steam and you have to go and find Tabletop Simulator. That's how you do it, if that helps you out. So Steam Tabletop Simulator. Maybe someone will be able to kind enough to get the link for you in the chat. Look at that's a pretty bold first move, James. How do you feel about it? Uh-oh. Did I time out? Oh, no.
No,
okay,
the table went.
Right, so,
I think they reset.
yeah. Oh, they reset what?
No, I think the table reset itself and they had a panic because there's lots of in the chat.
Ooh, baby. Ooh, okay, so how does everyone feel about this? This is gross fun, FYI. By the way, James, I have all of these models painted apart from the Demonettes.
I got the Demonettes. You can borrow them.
Yes! Let's go! Bright Flame, thanks for linking it in the chat. You're an angel. You're an angel. All right, so look, these you can see the rings. These are the objectives. This is how you score in this game. So you have to go and grab these objectives. It's all about them. And if you can hold your opponent's objective in the second turn, you can burn them. So really what we're asking ourselves is, do 2 Star Drakes and Kroak have enough output to get rid of 100 wounds here and then 48 wounds in the Kadai Fireborn?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it, now?
One
like,
turn.
Just looking at that. And then if you think about, so as we were talking about it, like, if he can roll a 10 every turn, he can bring 10 pink horrors on. And one of the interesting things about us being on Tabletop Simulator is he doesn't even actually, in theory, have to have brought the models with him. He can just keep cloning the pink horrors.
It's so great.
Oh.
Right, so we're into Seraphon Hero phase. Into the Seraphon Hero phase, right?
Whoa, Stormcast.
Oh, sorry, Stormcast. Sorry. Well, I mean, I think it's... At this stage, it's more Lord Kroak is here with his Stormcast support.
His Stormcast defenders are there just to help him along.
So there's no score in turn 1, right? I'm pretty certain. Otherwise, it would have been tracked.
I think you score 1 for each objective, but because from turn 2 you can score and burn. So yeah, nothing happens in turn 1.
Okay, so that's good. That's good for us to know. In this situation, so I can just put a 0 in there for the score to keep everyone updated at home. I'm also the tech guy today, so if this is your first time experiencing us doing any live coverage, we haven't done, the Honest Wargamer hasn't done any live coverage this year. We've all done it through the T Sports Network, but we are doing, normally we would do it live in the field, so this is a new experience for us. Basically, so if you want to see anything or want to hear about anything or you got any questions, please do feel free to ask while you're watching live. To be honest, it's really difficult to see what the threat is, how you can deal with some of the threats here. Specifically, the biggest support piece that you can see in the Legion of Chaos Ascendant army is this Verminlord Corruptor. He's got 12 wounds with a 4-up save, and he's also got a 5+ DPR, so that's because he's a demon rat. He's also got a 5+ DPR because he's got 6+ for being a Legion of Chaos Ascendant, and then additional +1 to that because of his command trait. So 5+5+ on 12 wounds. That Verminlord Corruptor isn't probably gonna die, at all, like ever in the history of time. It's like so. I don't know. It's a tough matchup, James. If you're the Stormcast guy, tell me what you're going to do.
Not bring 2 stars. Oh wait, no, we've done that. I don't know. I think. Okay, so the Lantern's going on the Star Drake. Not really much casting's managed to go off. I don't know. It's such a. He's in such a bad setup. I feel like he almost needs to think about dropping Liberators in somewhere around the sides or the back, just to put some pressure on, to take some pressure away from his front. Maybe I think maybe dropping 2 sets of Liberators or even 1 set of Liberators on this. So on the little pink hand, maybe like where the little pink hand is now, kind of dropping some Liberators over there, just to kind of make him have to think about another front. Because then if he puts everything forward into those Star Drakes, which I'm guessing is his plan, he's got to think about what those Liberators are going to do. But I think just like looking at the table at the minute, he's gonna have a hard time. Like, we looked at the table to begin with, didn't we? And I think it was me that kind of said there isn't many bodies on the table. It'll be interesting to see how they cap. And then you just go like, 10 pink horrors. Another 10 pink horrors. Yeah. And now like the game's super shifted, like super in the favor of the chaos.
Yeah, it's gone from about 50 models here to 150 models in the first turn. So, like,
Yeah.
he's tripled, like, how many bodies are really going to be there. And those Star Drakes, I don't know if they could survive forever. They do have a really big advantage, though, in that they are going to be able to survive against those Kadai Fireborn. Normally, those Kadai Fireborn are really scary against a lot of the major threats. They suck into Mortek Guard. Oh, there we go. The Star Drake is going in straight off.
I think my problem is that I just don't know how the Star Drake does enough damage to actually defend those two objectives. So now, if the Chaos Ascendant takes turn 2, he can already burn 2 objectives.
Well, yeah. So in the hero phase, we've seen 2 wounds put on Kairos there from Kroak, I imagine. Is what we've seen. We've also got the shooting phase. We've also got Rain of Stars to come in from the Drakesworn Templar here. Although they could use the other version of his breath spell, potentially on the Pink Horrors, right?
I don't think it's worth it, though, right? The second breath spell's terrible, I think, compared to the first one.
Yeah, so potentially we could see Rain of Stars. We didn't see the Comet cast if we're in the movement phase, so that's a big deal, because the Comet would have been lovely to have gone just in the centre here. Even if it doesn't necessarily kill, it won't kill anything, but it will start chipping away. Because I think that's really the battle that we're up against, the battle of doing the damage, just chipping away into all of these wounds that are on the board. These demonettes are last in the list of things that are ever going to suffer.
Yeah, they're just chilling. They're just having a lovely day.
Although, actually, it wouldn't be a bad call. Do a couple of Rain of Stars on the back unit of demonettes, either one,
and
whittle them down, and then start bringing the Liberators down. Yeah, use that as your kind of...
what he rolls, isn't it? Because it's D3, is it? D3 targets?
No, it could be it can be up to D6.
Okay, so if he's getting D6, I'd definitely think about it. Maybe even all 3 demonettes, and then like the 3 heroes to get the demons off. Probably never the bloody Skaven one, but I think the other ones, maybe whittle down like the Fate Weaver and the Gaunt Summoner. But actually, getting rid of the demonettes is super strong, because even though he's brought all those pinks up, they're not very fast, and they are now all up the board. And so you've got to make him think, haven't you? Because if he burns and rolls 2 1s, it's a lot different than if he burns and rolls a load of 3s. Like, that's the one thing with this objective, isn't it? You can win just on some good rolls on those objective burns.
Yeah. Agreed. So just so you know, Rain of Stars is D6 units, but on a 4+, they take D3 mortal wounds. So that's a nice little. I
mean, even with the extra pink horrors, he can, if on a good roll, he can hit almost all his army.
Yeah, so I definitely would. I think I'd prioritize. I feel like I'd prioritize the demonettes. I wouldn't necessarily prioritize the characters. Although killing the Gaunt Summoner as well, an additional, he potentially can get 2d3 mortal wounds in there, and maybe pick him off. It's very unlikely. Very unlikely. The safer bet is to do the demonettes, and if you are wanting to win games, doing the safer bet. I wonder where the other. So this is interesting. He's cast Spell Portal here, as you can see, but and then moved away from it. So
yeah,
maybe he's going to unbind it and recast it. Maybe that's the plan. He might also be making Combat Kroak, which is he's decent in a fight, especially against hordes. So Kroak would do.
Staunch Defender only work on Stormcast, or does it work on all allies?
No, only works on Stormcast. Only works on Stormcast. So he's going to want. I don't know. I feel like he's put himself right in the firing line here. Like, but what else can he do? Like, what else can he do?
Well, that's the problem, isn't it? He's playing a game where kind of he needs to. Shooting phase is starting.
Okay, so we're going to see where Rain of Stars is going to be.
The guy first is shooting his bow at Kairos.
Oh, his bow.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
He missed it, so now we're Rain of Stars in.
Okay, right.
We've got a 6 on Rain of Stars.
Twitch chat, Facebook chat, Twitter chat, whoever might be watching, let us know who you are rooting for. Are you rooting for the Stormcast or are you rooting for the Chaos? It's a classic battle, this, eh?
So the 3 heroes are taking Rain of Stars, and the 3 demonettes.
Oh, did you get 6?
Yeah, you got a 6 on the first one.
Wow. Okay, so 6. That's good. I think definitely. So he's going to start whittling down the characters. So, although we'll see if there's actually any damage done to any of them in a moment.
The first one did mortal wounds, I think, but I can't see it marked.
Big shout out to Tuggy in the chat. I saw you subscribe earlier. Thank you. And Bright Flame for subscribing. Thank you to anyone who subscribes and supports the show. We couldn't actually do the show without anyone subscribing or joining Patreon. So thanks. thank you very much.
Bill?
Yeah. That is Antu's best friend. Or maybe not his best friend, but his hero, Bill, Mr. Bill Sousa, the Ghoul King himself.
Okay.
So there we go. So we've seen some mortal wounds coming in, right?
Okay, yeah. So the Demonettes at the front have taken 2, and the Vermin Lord's taken 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Kairos. But I missed how many Kairos took, sorry.
So Kairos only took 1. And the Vermin Lord Corruptor currently took 1 if it's to be updated. The Gaunt, it seems, took none. And I don't know about the Demonettes yet. We'll wait to see if they took any damage at all.
Yeah.
Not forgetting, if you're wondering, so Mortal Wounds, it's got 4+. You can take D3 Mortal Wounds. Not forgetting, though, this little bubble that you can see in the centre, I've got a 5-up save against Mortal Wounds, or just any damage, basically, because they're in the Legion of Chaos Ascendant. So, a really, really strong. Really, really strong.
So 2 Demonettes have died.
RPK071 says, so yeah, for any 40k people watching, it says, why is there literally no terrain being used? So terrain in Age of Sigmar is more, it's not necessary to have line of sight blocking terrain. Sometimes it is, and arguably this is also on Tabletop Simulator. So for me, you often see bits of terrain like this Ophidian Archway, and sometimes you see much bigger pieces than that. If I were at a tournament, I would describe this terrain as medium to poor. But on Tabletop Simulator, it's fine, I guess, at the minute. What do you think, James?
I just think like at an event we can talk about terrain a lot more, but I think on Tabletop Simulator it's really hard because people are already fighting against trying to play a tabletop game on a computer that is decent, but I still don't think it's great. Like it's not the same as playing. So I think like there's a lot of effort has to be put into playing the game and trying to learn it. So to then try and make terrain do, it's hard.
Yeah, I guess so. I think maybe eventually as a community we can maybe make some better boards, but these boards are like preset, which is quite nice. And again, like I've said, if you are coming from a 40k community, or you're coming from the 40k side, like Nova Elves, or if you're playing like ETC or WTC style 40k, you don't necessarily need quite the density of terrain that you might see at such events as you do in 40k. Although it depends on the event, right? Like not to quickly bang on about it, but quickly, if something like ITC effectively has 1 map in the Nova Elves, unless you're playing at a very large scale event where they provided you different maps, or if you're playing at WTC, then you might see a variety of terrain from heavy to light, so as to change the team matchup process. So terrain it's a great question, because terrain is such an important factor in all of the war games that we play. So it's completely fair to bring up the terrain that we have here. But there isn't really any standardization in Age of Sigmar, is there, James? We don't tend to see that as we're going around.
I think quite a lot of events almost have like self-provided too, don't they? Quite a few. So I think that makes a difference too.
Yeah, agreed. All right. What phase are they in? Are they still shooting or are they charging? I wonder what's happening.
So we are currently just working out some charge phase movement. So basically they're trying to work out if their measurements were right.
Okay, that seems fair. So just
so there's some debate. I think that he's needed a 9 on his Star Drake. If he was in the right place, but maybe he wasn't in the right place because he's out of 3.
So as we've seen, the Rain of Stars has managed to chip off 2 of these Demonettes from this unit, as you can see here in the centre. They don't seem to have done anything to the unit of Demonettes at the back, and also nothing to the other unit of Demonettes.
No, it didn't go off.
Wow. Okay, so he really needed to punch that, because the Stormcast do have 3 lots of Liberators to drop down. Liberators are effectively the worst unit in the world.
I don't know about in the world. I think probably Chaos Warriors are maybe slightly better, but not
I
much.
think so. Pie for Pie says, this is great stuff, guys. What's the learning curve for using TTS to play? I wouldn't say particularly high as a learning curve. Like, it's pretty simple. You need to know about 3 buttons, and you can pretty much play all of Tabletop Simulator, AOS or 40k. So it's real simple to pick up and play.
I think for me, like, the biggest thing about Tabletop Simulator is, like, so if you already understand Warhammer, great. You'll have a good time. You'll learn to play. It's not so hard, and you'll pick it up fairly quickly. If you don't know Warhammer, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, agreed.
I don't think it's a good way to learn the game.
Oh, no, I think it's a great way to learn the game. I disagree with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so. Especially because, maybe, I don't know. Depends if you're a good, face-to-face learner. I don't think it's a bad tool. I think, someone was saying in the chat, as a way for learning how to, if you want to pick up a unit, this is a great opportunity. Because this Kadai Fireborn unit is an expensive financial unit.
I think my debate would be more learning how the measurements work, how the phases work, having that face-to-face conversation with a person, and learning the kind of the core of Sigmar would be a lot harder over this than it would be on a tabletop. Whereas if you want to play with an army or test a list, then it seems great.
Yeah, I'd also say another key part is, as much as I love computer games, and there are some computer games that look more fantastic than this, playing Age of Sigmar with my mates, or playing 40k with my mates, or whatever it might be, is the reason that I'm so into wargaming, is going and seeing my friends and playing at tournaments in face-to-face. So we've seen both Star Drakes charge in. It looks like they've clipped both units of horrors. We'll see what they decide to do in the fight phase. Now, importantly, he could have eaten out the banner in the pink horror unit, and he could still eat out the banner in this pink horror unit because the Star Drakes can do that. We'll see what's happening. But while we're waiting for that, I think Adam's back to tell us what's happening at the rest of the tournament, because this is one game in a tournament on this one day. Adam, how are you?
I'm fucking cracking, mate.
Great.
Loving life. I've had 4 cans of Thatchers now. Great.
Good. What's been happening the rest of the tournament?
So apparently we've just got all the mirror matches. So we've got Table 1, Deepkin versus Deepkin. Table 3 has Seraphon versus Seraphon. And Table 13 has Skaven versus Skaven.
Wow, Skaven versus nice. Skaven.
On Table 13.
Wow, narrative at this point.
Oh, yeah. This is a narrative tournament. See? I'm all about the narrative.
Good. The Seraphon versus Seraphon matchup. Who are the two players in that, and how many Salamanders in that one match?
All of the Salamanders. 2 seconds. It is table... Oh, fuck me. I can't even remember what table it was. Table 3. So that is Obeid versus Luncta. And they literally... I think it's literally an identical lists as well.
Interesting.
So it's just Kroak with Salamanders and all the skinks. But I checked in on that game, and apparently nothing has happened. They're basically both looking at each other, going like that Spider-Man meme, where they're literally pointing at each other, going, "Hey, I know you."
Good.
And because they've both got Kroak, they keep trying to cast spells at each other, but then instantly getting dispelled. So, literally nothing is happening.
Oh, it's going to be a good year if we get to play any actual events for streaming, right?
Yeah, so just never stream a Seraphon v Seraphon game, apparently, because it is fucking boring. Table 1 is quite interesting, the Deepkin versus Deepkin matchup, because one of the Deepkin players is playing the Achillean Corpse list with the Turtle and all the Ishlayan Guard rather than Morsar Guard, but the other guy is playing a Futhan Deepkin list with lots of Morsar Guard. And because of how Futhan works, and the way, because he gets his strike first in turn 2, he's going to be striking first in turn 2 and 3.
Okay, wow.
Because Futhan's going to be striking first turn 2, and then because of the other Deepkin's player's ability, he's going to be striking first in turn 3 as well.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so that's going to be fun.
That's not fun. That's not nice at all. But the Skaven mirror sounds really interesting, especially as they're quite different Skaven lists. So I think that would be fun
Yeah,
to go and watch.
unfortunately, they were super into their game, so I didn't really get a chance to have a proper chat with them. I just sort of wanted to leave them to it. So I'll check in on that one again later. Someone asked about the Greywater Fastness list. So you've got Greywater Fastness versus Sylvaneth. And the cities list has got the... he's managed to get his... cast his bridge, and he's just about to shoot everything into the Sylvaneth, and the Sylvaneth player, I think, is hoping and praying that he survives.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. The poor Sylvaneth player. The answer will be he won't, but we'll see.
But the most important update is the Mammoth update.
Oh, please. Yeah. It's the largest update.
100%. So the Mammoth was supposed to be playing Seraphon, but the guy had to drop out. It was War Machine had to drop out because he was having issues with a computer.
Oh.
So Matt Mallow is back in. So Matthew Davies is back in playing with his Sylvaneth. And I've just texted me, and apparently he's just killed a mammoth.
Oh.
Oh. I'm unhappy about that.
The Kernoth Hunters with swords have just killed a mammoth in turn 1.
Whatever.
So apparently the swords are better than scythes.
Would have done it much easier with scythes. Just FYI. It would have got the job done quicker and smoother. Well, thanks for the update. Please keep us abreast of what's happening later on. Especially the mammoths. They're super fun. I feel like the mammoth game would remind me of the film Jumanji. Just tons of large monsters running around. But I feel like the hunters are trying to hunt them down. But yeah, okay. That's awesome. I'm into that. In this combat phase, it looks like the Star Drakes have started to hit into this pink horror unit, and there's a lot of blues there. How many have both Star Drakes activated, or just the one so far, James?
Just one so far. So I think we've had one activate, and now that big pile of pinks is activating, I believe.
Okay. But the blues or the pinks are activating?
I think it's the pinks. He was moving the pink, so I don't know. Okay, so all the pinks have died. There's 20 blues.
Okay, so they're all dead.
9 dead pinks.
But that's just giving him more models to hold the objective.
Yeah.
And then this Star Drake still got to activate. If he can do the same thing, though, you have started to whittle into them. If he gets the priority, maybe his whole mission is to punch through these pinks. But the problem is there's a lot more wound output to come from here, and then you've got those could die as well.
Yeah.
But the mission has got to be
a problem.
They are going to be a problem, but getting rid of these pinks, it's like an uphill struggle. It's kind of like the reverse of playing Legion of Nagash back in the day, where you would kill a unit from Legion of Nagash, and then you would have to deal with killing them again later. This is the opposite, where this army is front-loaded its summoning and has put like 2 units of 10 pinks out, and then you can get through it. Problem also is the Legion of Chaos Ascendant can just put down another 10 pink horrors next turn if they roll a 10 or more.
Problem.
It's
definitely his biggest problem now.
I feel like that's a real problem, and I like it. It's a problem I want to have.
For you playing them?
Yeah, for me playing with them. Yeah, if I was the Legion of Chaos Ascendant guy, I'd be like, this is exactly the problem I want to have right now.
Yeah. All of the summoning.
Yeah, all for the summoning. But yeah, another thing. Imagine if he gets 50 pink horrors in a turn, in a game. That's 2,000 points of summoning.
Yep. Yeah, you just can't get through, can it?
No one can get through that. That's outrageous amount of wounds as well. What even is that? 250 wounds. It's just wild, not including what's already on the board. So we'll see if that actually pays out. So yeah, we're into this drudgy combat phase. Which Star Drake do you prefer, the red one or the blue one? Twitch chat and James.
Oh, the blue one.
Oh, the blue one. Is he the general? He is the general, Lord Celestin. This guy's just a bloody Templar.
I think the colour scheme's nicer.
I mean, the red ones has a good paint job. Well done on that paint job.
Yeah, well, nice.
Little lacking on the basing though, right?
Yeah, the basing's lacking, but also the pink horrors don't have coordinated basing. Two are on desert, and the rest are on granite.
We'll drop them down some points in
Okay.
the
Oh, look at that! So
what?
I didn't realize. So depends who made the mud, doesn't it? But so if you mouse over the pink horrors and leave it there, it gives you the stats for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. It actually depends on who makes those units.
Yeah,
But it's just the notes, and you can update them, which is cool as well. Like if you look,
yeah,
Antu is tracking his wounds via this. So Fate Weaver's got taken 1.
yeah.
The Verminal Corruptor's taken 1. So it's a good way of tracking the wounds as opposed to putting down wound markers. If only we could do that in real life. That would be interesting.
Oh, so I don't know. So I quite like. So part of I guess my hobby is kind of enjoying almost like that bit of management. Oh, he's got a sad face on the table.
Oh.
A management on kind of like all of those bits and pieces on the table.
So are we in the combat phase, or is this never going to end?
We're still combating.
Oh my Christ!
Oh, hang on. I think we're hero phasing.
Oh, okay. Wait, so what turn are we in? Because that would be important.
We'll be turn 2. I heard, should I dispel anything?
Okay, so we're listening to the players play as we give you guys updates. So it's not what we would normally do at a tournament, but
Here we go. Yeah, so turn 2 has happened, and it's a double turn for Stormcast. So
Right,
Kroak's
okay.
about to hop on that Balewind.
So the start of turn 2 is begun, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I mean,
that's
I don't
all.
know even how fast
So-
that priority roll happened.
Very fast, or where? This Lord Celestin also must have hit into the same unit of pink horrors as well. So these 2 Star Drakes, the best they were able to do was get down to the Brimstone horrors. So they still didn't even kill that unit. And I assume he used a command point to make them immune to battle shock, because he did. Let me just double check. He's got no command points left, but he is sat on 6 victory points there, and then 2 victory points going on, leading into turn 2. So
I'm not sure their victory points are right, because that doesn't make any sense. He couldn't have scored 6.
He has. He scored. You just can't burn them. You can score 1 per objective.
I have my map the wrong way around. Yeah. Ignore me.
I don't want to. Not ever.
Oh.
So he's so it's on. So we're into Stormcast turn 2. Do you think? So there's not really a lot of options here. He's got Kroak. He's going to put him on a Balewind.
He's moved the Balewind off. I don't know whether. I think he's just doing a lot of intricate measuring.
Oh, okay. So he's making some decisions, right? Okay. So is he going to go on the Balewind? And the real question, because if he goes on the Balewind, he'll have an 18-inch range to start doing spells from. But that's still not close enough. So he'll get a little 3-inch bump from the Balewind, then 18-inch range. Is that enough to keep casting his spell and trying to affect everything around him? That is the real question, and whether or not we'll actually see that brought to effect here. But it's a good start for him. He needs it. If you guys take Comet in as well, he might genuinely be able to like really hamper Antu's army. So the Legion of Chaos Ascendant here might genuinely get hit quite hard. But I'm not sure if it's going to hit him hard enough. What's happened?
So he's trying to cast his Comet spell, but rolled a double 1.
Oh, what? Let's boom, 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 boom. So the comet's not gone off. The comet would have been really good. He really needed that comet to go off, right?
He casts again, doesn't go off.
Okay, so.
Okay, so on a 12 he's cast.
What's he cast?
Pretty sure it's.
Thank you, Shady Pies, for following us. Appreciate that loads. Thank you to anyone who's watching live. Let us know what you think. Oh, look at this little
3
guy.
mortal wounds have gone on to the pinks.
3 mortal wounds. So from who? Are they not being very
From
clear?
Kroak, I think.
Is that the problem, James?
Well, it's quite hard. They're quite quiet.
Oh.
But I'm pretty sure it's coming from because you can mortably cast his comment, right?
Yeah. What, Kroak?
Yeah.
Kroak has got some devastating abilities. I'm going to read them out to you. So he's got his global spell, so Comet's Call, which is really, really good. But effectively, he can cast 4 spells in a turn. So Comet's Call is cast on 7, and you successfully cast D3 different enemy units anywhere on the battlefield, and they take D3 mortal wounds. If it's a 10 or more, you pick D6 enemy units,
Right.
which doubles up really well with the Rain of Stars that you obviously get from the Star Drakes. He's also got Celestial Deliverance, which is cast on... you can try and cast 3 times. It's cast on 7, 8, and 9 as you go up. And you roll... pick 3 different enemy units within 10 inches of the caster and visible to them. On a 2+, they suffer D3 mortal wounds. If that unit is a Chaos Demon... on a 2+, it suffers 3 mortal wounds. So it feels like it's a good matchup.
Yeah.
In this
so I think that's
situation.
what he cast. I think he attempted that 3 times on those pinks in order to whittle them down, but rolled so badly it only went off the last time.
Right. Okay. So he only got. So I mean, he's killed some pinks already there. He's definitely killed. So he's killed 3, which is unfortunate. But so he's just trying to punch through the pinks. What's going to really put vinegar in his cereal later is when that Vermin Lord Corruptor drops, or any of those Chaos Demon Lords drop another 10 pink horrors on the board.
Yep.
It's pretty tough. Pretty tough. I don't think the Stormcast are going to go through them personally. I don't know about you.
I just don't think there's any damage output there, or at least not enough to do, and not enough to do what they need to do.
No.
I think his best case scenario now is he shoots well, drops Liberators, and puts pressure on that back. I think to try and stop. I don't know.
Well, if he engages here in the centre, as you're pointing out, if he brings his Liberators down and starts to get these objectives, then he has to peel off and start to act. Sorry, the Legion of Chaos Descendant has to peel off and start to activate into those objectives as well. And they can't just all focus everything in here into the Star Drakes, which is what they're going to want to do. But maybe they feel like that they can do that and have time. But those Liberators, as much as they are the heroes of the mortal realms, there's only 10 wounds with a 4-up save. They're not going to last forever. Truthfully.
Rerolling ones.
I'm so sorry. Rerolling ones. That's the best bit about them, right?
Yeah, probably.
What do you think Kroak sounds like when he whispers his spells? Have you ever thought about that?
I reckon, like that thing if you ever go to the countryside and you can randomly hear like a frog all night just croaking. I reckon that's him, trying to cast a spell. I reckon it'd be really annoying and all the Seraphon are annoyed by him and that's why they're letting him join other armies for a while.
I reckon he'd sound like this.
I'm way too cheap. Way too cheap, and I love casting spells. Why do I bring command points and +1 to cast? What the hell?
I reckon like that. That's what I reckon.
But he's the oldest, most powerful frog in the world, right?
He is, to be fair. He's not even alive. He's so powerful, even when he died, he was still alive. Explain that to me.
But then is he actually dead, or is it all just a lie? Maybe it's just in a really good Halloween outfit he's attached to.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Nice. A bit of managing expectations. He's just telling people that he's dead, but really he's so alive. Oh, the Liberators are down. The Liberators are down. The boys in gold.
They've come to defend their home objective.
Looking like anime characters.
My favourite thing about those is literally that the Grand Hammer is like a really nicely modelled sculpt of the model, and the standard ones are literally just someone's
cartoon versions. No, I like that. I think that looks better. They look better like that. Better,
okay.
I tell you. Yeah. So the Liberators, it seems, are going to get involved in the pink horror fight. I wonder if we're going to see the smart players, obviously, to drop some down and deal with these demonettes as well. But I'm not sure if we're going to see that. Maybe we'll see some popped up here.
We're on shooting.
Oh, shooting phase.
5 units from the first one.
Okay.
going into Kairos, the Vermin Lord.
We could do this. We can do
Okay, so
this.
it's going into the 3 heroes, the front demonettes, and the blues and Brim.
The Reign of Stars.
Yep.
Okay, so again, 4+ D3 mortal wounds. That's what we're seeing right now. But
He's killed a blue.
honestly, if he summons 10 more pink horrors next turn, I reckon we could just flat call it. There's just like so far he's only killed in a turn. He's still got the combat phase, but in 2 turns he's only killed the summoned unit.
Yep. I mean, the demonettes are kind of terrible.
Huh?
They can fight, but
Oh no, they're
they'll die
terrible.
if they-
That's why I'm surprised. We've still got 2 units of Liberators that we've got to come down off the board. Yeah, we're still waiting for those guys to pop up and do the damage.
The problem is, isn't it, that Liberators are more threat off the board than they are on.
Are they? If you told me that there's 5 Liberators in the sky, I'd be like, cool. I'm just not stressed about it at all.
Okay. Yeah, but well, if I put 5 Liberators on the table, would you be stressed about it?
Less so, I think. I don't think I
There you
ever
go,
would
see?
care.
More scary in the sky, I'm right.
Okay, fair enough. Oh, okay. So we've seen some more Reign of Stars go down. So another thing about Tabletop Simulator, for you guys watching at home, as you can see, I think it maybe takes a little bit longer in some cases, but maybe not. Like we've had lots of games that we've done coverage on go to time, right, James? So
all the time.
all the time. But hopefully in the future, we're seeing some of those games speed up. That's why, again, multi-table coverage is the one. Maybe we could jump to one of the mammoth tables at one point, but they're almost already dead. And I don't want to miss it. So this is a really strong list, this Chaos Ascendant list. I just want you guys to know it really, really is beginning to impress me, especially the inclusion of the Vermin Lord and Kairos. I think that adds some real strength to the list, and I really do like it. These Kadai Fireborn, really strong element. Now, this Star Drake list works really well against the right matchups, where you want to keep a couple of characters alive. It's actually really good in the Seraphon counter, because you could sit at the back of the board and you could drop enough mortal wounds onto Kroak's head while he sat at the back of the board that you could probably take him out, whereas a Seraphon list can't do the same thing. So it's a good kind of counter Seraphon list, but this Legion of Chaos Ascendant is a list that's so rare that you'll barely see it. You can't really spec to play it. So it's a pretty good list. What are we seeing happening, James?
So Star Drake's pulled in to fight. So the red one's currently fighting.
Okay, so we're into the combat phase.
Yeah.
Combat phase over here. This unit of Star Drakes. This unit of Star Drakes, but this Star Drake is attacking, and I assume that we're going to see the blue one attack as well.
Just watch the blues go, and him right-click and drop in more brimstone. So he's trying to eat some brimstone.
Hey, Battle Chode, how you doing? The game's good so far. I think we're in the balance now. I think that what we saw in the first turn was Antu just put his... Basically, he just put his army out there, didn't he? And then we've seen the Stormcast return fire. Whether or not we're going to see... Because I'm not 100% certain that we're going to see enough output from the Chaos Army to actually take out the Stormcast army. I reckon. That's what I'm claiming right now. But we'll see. Oh, look at Kroak hiding. See, Kroak should have gone into the pink horrors. He's like, or not the pink horrors, but I don't know. It's a tough situation for him to be in. He's still 2 Star Drakes, by the way, nearly 1,000 points. Still haven't killed a free unit of pink horrors. Yeah. Not dead. So just waiting to see how it works.
So he's onto the tail attack. So it's basically I think that's the Star Drake done wounded.
Okay, so the Star Drake still not killed them all. Now, there is no command points left for the Legion of Chaos Ascendant. 0 command points left. So that unit will battle shock off this turn. So the right decision is for him to attack with the Star Drake into the other pink horrors. Because if he can do enough damage in there, he'll also...
he's only killed 11 so far.
well, it's still D6 plus 1 running away. So, like, you know, he's piling with those pink horrors. And then he's going to... I would personally... put some attacks into these pink horrors. I don't know about you, but I'd do that instead of maybe I'd want to make sure I wipe that unit out, but I think I'd
do all the attacks into like the brims and then maybe eat a pink horror by the house out to kill some coherency, take that objective back and be done with it.
Oh, nice.
And kill the coherency. So if he eats that, see that one that he's measuring from now.
Yeah.
So if he kills that one, he'd kill 3 pink horrors, which would be 6 blue horrors and 6 brimstones. I mean, that's what, like 6, 12, 15 damage with 1 bite attack.
Jeez.
Jeez. I can't understand where he's been eating them from. It makes no sense to me because I don't seem to see them disappearing.
But they will be. I'm sure. What do you reckon to Kairos? Do you reckon Kairos got that output? What's his War Scroll spell? I'm going to double check, see...
Decent. The Kadai could probably rinse through. Those in the Vermin Lord, I think. It's the problem is that if they don't, then you've lost that 480 points.
There's no way that the Kadai can get through a Staunch Defender Star Drake. But the other thing that we haven't talked about yet is some of the spells that you get when you're in Legion of Chaos Ascendant. And the most important... the spell lore, and the Echo of Hatred is the one that is really good. Echo of Hatred, casting value of 7. If successfully cast, pick 1 friendly Chaos Ascendant Demon unit wholly within 12 inches. That'll be that unit of Kadai. Until the end of the battle round, if a model from that unit is slain by an attack made with a melee weapon, that model can fight before it is removed from play. So that's going to go on that unit of Kadai. So they're going to have Echo of Hatred put on them as well. He's also got Bolt of Ruin, which is casting value of 7. You pick an enemy within 18 inches. If the roll is lower than the number of models in that unit, the unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. Like that's not bad. That's a good little shot that it's going to do as well. So a really, really good army, like crazy good. It's so funny. I might play this list, James. This is like an amazing list. This Chaos list. It's got so much utility and it's so much more survivable than it looks on paper. Like that 6-up DPR, that 5+ DPR, genuinely really, really good. So just waiting for this combat to resolve. It feels like it's taken forever.
I think we're currently just doing the second Star Drake attacks into the horrors.
Okay. Decent. And then we'll see the second turn.
Okay, so here we go. So Battle Shock.
So did he? Oh, he attacked into that unit of 10 pink horrors.
Yeah. The one big blob.
Okay. So in 2 turns, 2 Star Drakes have finally killed 10 pink horrors to give you some indication.
He rolled a 6 on his Battle Shock, so all gone.
Okay. There we go. So they're out.
He got rid of 10 pink horrors.
10 pink horrors, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's the applause?
Yeah, so that's 2,000 points of combat, 2 Star Drakes, got rid of 10 pink horrors.
That are about to come back.
No, I don't. If they come back, I'm going to cry. Yeah? Yeah, look, Kingry in the chat.
Yeah.
You are?
Go watch the Mammoth game.
No,
back.
Let's keep going. I want to see. Because this is honestly a really interesting list on the Chaos side. It might be a bit of an odd matchup into the Star Drakes. But it also...
I think also the casting just went so badly.
The casting did go badly as well. Really badly. But he's also against some pretty... It's really interesting. I've got to say, when they do remake the Stormcast book, they're gonna make Star Drake so good. They have to, because they've been so terrible for so long. Like, I just feel like it's got to be a thing. Oh, so we might be getting an update right now, a live update about what's been happening with our mammoths on the rest of the board. Adam, what's been going on?
The mammoths. That's all I'm going to say. No, so the mammoths are doing all right. It's pretty evenly matched into the Sylvaneth, actually. So the last time I spoke to you guys, the Kurnoth hunters did kill one mammoth, but the Kurnoth hunters have died now. But the Sylvaneth are kind of everywhere, trying to burn all the objectives. So it's quite close. It's looking like it's in the Sylvaneth's favour at the moment, which kind of sucks. But shit happens.
Well, also, if Sylvaneth win a game, we're going to have to just turn everything off at this stage. I think that's the truth of it.
Well, according to Matt, Scorched Earth is his favourite mission. He loves this mission because he can just teleport around, and there's 8 objectives which he can control, but his opponent never can. So he quite likes this one as a Sylvaneth player.
Okay, that's a very interesting take on it. Big shout out, by the way, to oh my fuck me, I forgot about that. So we're into the Legion of Chaos Ascendant, turn 1. We're in the hero phase, and arguably the most obnoxious spell in the history of wargaming has just been cast. The Warp Lightning Vortex, ethereal magic that traps flying units into it and murders it in 2 ticks. Is oh my god, why? That's so good. Oh no,
That's just not very nice.
This is the worst.
It's just fucking rude.
It's really rude. It's just not nice at all. I like how he's looking to see if he can get Kroak in there as well and just get him. So that's going to start doing a bunch of mortal wounds. Is that the first spell he's cast?
Yeah, I think he's struggling to work out how he fits it in.
Oh, because it does have to be 7 away from. Has to be within 16 inches, and it does have to be. What's really interesting is when this foot was first released, it was so obnoxiously strong that they halved the range it was cast at, and that was still too good. Like, if you half something, it is still strong. Like, what the hell? Oh my god, that's awful. Awful as a first thing to happen.
I have got a bit of a plan though against it. Maybe don't bunch your Star Drakes up when you know your opponent's got a fucking.
Literally just gone for Kroak, look.
Oh, he has. He's avoided the rest of it, and he's just go for Kroak. So if you don't know the way the Vortex works, it's just a horror show. But basically, anything inside of it on a 2+ is going to take some mortal wounds. And outside of it, depending on how close they are, is going to take some mortal wounds as well. And it happens immediately, and then it also happens again for some reason in the movement phase. It's obnoxiously powerful. It's going to do some horrific work. And then this is just the first spell he's cast. Just the first spell. We haven't had any like other direct damage spells coming out here. Honestly, what if he summons 10 big horrors as well? This would be like a crime.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely scared. What's the next spell he's casting?
They're currently just debating who's doing the rolling the damage on the Vortex.
Oh, surely if you've cast it, if you smelt it, you've dealt it, right? That's the way it works.
I think it's about participation.
Oh my god. So we'll start seeing some damage going to these Star Drakes now.
The customer's taken 1.
Bright Flame says, "Why are we watching this? The Chaos player should be put.
2.
The Chaos player should be put on some sort of registry." I agree with that, 100%. And as a patron of the Honest Wargamer and friend of the show, I can only applaud what I'm seeing happen, as it's upsetting, but just brilliant. It's brilliant, like, to see it actually happening, though. Look at this. There's Chaos Dwarf units mixed with Tzeentch units mixed with the Vermin Lord Corruptor mixed with Demonettes. It's just all sorts going on here. It's great fun. It's like a nice little like combo of stuff.
I can tell you why Antu is doing this.
Oh yeah, tell me.
So he played in the last TTS tournament that I did, and in the game 3 to win the tournament, he was playing against Legion of Chaos Ascendant, and I ruled against him, and it kind of lost him the game. So I think he's come back with an absolute vengeance to win this tournament.
What was the ruling?
They timed out their game, and I had to basically go in and tell them who had won, and it was a little bit awkward, but it was fine.
Okay, fair enough. So he decided to play an even slower army that summons a million things.
It's brilliant. I love it. Absolute hero.
Good.
If you're going to do it, lean into it.
Oh my God, he's cast his own spell portal in a. You think you're a magician. So Lord Kroak has taken 1 wound so far from the Warp Line at Vortex. Star Drake has taken no mortal wounds. Neither has the Drakesworn Templar, so that's actually quite interesting.
But the Catalan took 1 as well.
Yes. So this is pretty horrible. Not forgetting it's also going to halve the movement of everything within 7 inches here, or within 6 inches of one of the Vortex circles. The Lord Exis didn't get hit either. Look at this guy. Look, no one's ever seen the Lord Exis on the table ever.
I've got one!
Why did you use him in the game?
Because he's lovely looking.
But why did you use him rules-wise?
He's a wizard. He's just not... He's just not as good as the Stormcast wizards, but he's a better looking model.
Oh my god. This is awful. It's a terrible experience.
When have I ever been competitive in gaming?
That's true. The first time we ever played Warhammer, you were using Bretonia, so...
Exactly. And I'd like to point out it was 2018.
It was.
My favourite thing about that was the fact that I played them once against you there and once at Bobo, and everyone for ages was like, you just need to give it up now, they're not bringing them back. I was like, not my actual army, it's just funny. Like, I haven't been playing them continually for 3 years.
You should have, though. Like Will Rose with his Tomb Kings, it only does that.
Yeah.
And he's done it for like 32 years, and he's like, I'm really good now.
A little witness me Bill has made the board.
So Billy's referring to is Mr. Bill Souza, and to definitely loving this list, because look at the little 2 dots. That's how many casts he's got, or how many casts he has done, I think. But we are seeing the spell portal down. What spell did we see cast through the spell portal? I'd be interested in that.
Darkfire Demon Rift.
What, he's cast the Demon Rift through the portal?
He was trying. I'm guessing it's been unbound.
Oh, thank God. Dear God, thank you. Because that would have been atrocious. And then he's also got... I wonder if he's cast the Echo of Hatred on the Kadai. I guess that's the real question. Which is going to give them basically Death Frenzy. Pseudo-Death Frenzy on Kadai Fireborn is... Tell you what, I'm not playing Zeech anymore. I'm playing Legion of Chaos Ascendant. This is a great army. I have all of these things painted up, ready to go. It's so good. So Lancer Leroy says that you James, that you trade power for aesthetics.
Yeah, sometimes. That's a good way of looking at it. I'm going to play that new elf army, which everyone reckons is going to be broken. And like, I saw the archer models again the other day, and I was like, might just take all archers. Sod it.
The archers are really pretty. Really pretty. Like, I like all of the stuff. I just don't like Teclis. I think he looks just awful. But you can
I'm excited to see that when Teclis comes, he might look better than that bad photography.
Teclis is the best model.
Teclis is not the best model. What's wrong with you?
I've been a high elf player for years now. I'm not ashamed to say it.
So have I. I've actually also been a high elf.
Anyone who says that anyone disagrees, they're wrong. Because I'm going to be playing them not because they're broke, but because I love them.
Have you actually been a high elf player, or have you actually been specifically a Lumineth Realm Lords player for years?
Oh yeah, I've been playing Lumineth Realm Lords for fucking years. Back in 8th edition, actually. Yeah.
Oh, dude, in 8th edition. Wow, yep. Very impressive. Yeah, I wish I hadn't been playing them as long as I had, but obviously I have.
It's more a curse than anything else.
If none of you know what we're referring to, one of the gags on the show is as soon as the new Broke thing comes out, you just say that as long as you're the first person to say that you've been playing them for years, you get to claim them as your army, which is fine. So well done, you got that in there. So you can play Techless. I mean, you have to play with him looking ugly, so it's your fault.
I can't paint anyway, so it's going to be great.
That works.
Don't have a badly painted Teclis that looks like he's doing a gymnastic stance as he's just come out his flip.
Nailed it. What other spells have we seen cast James?
So they unbound the spell portal.
Okay, that's the wrong order, but that's fine. Just in case anyone's aware, if you want to unbind an enemy spell... Wait, he unbound his own...
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Right, did we not see any... Are we still in the hero phase for the Legion of Chaos Ascendant, right?
Yeah. They're just...
You don't sound the most confident I've ever heard.
Well, so there we go. So, yeah, so he's moving now, I'm guessing. So he's moving Kairos up. So they were doing some measuring, so I think they were trying to work out if anything could happen or what was happening. I can't remember, when does he summon at the end of the movement phase?
End of the movement phase.
I think what they might have done is done all the casting, then been laughing about the fact that he might be able to summon 10 more pinks, and then doing the measurements to see if he could actually fit them in to claim the back objective.
Kairos can unbind for free. He can, Benjamin, but so Studio Westwood. But I don't know when he does it because it's the same time, right? Spell Eater, once per turn in your hero phase, you can pick one endless spell. No, sorry. So you're right. So Kairos can out of sequence unbind or dispel, a endless spell because he's got the spell Spell Eater once per turn in your hero phase. So it doesn't specify when. You can pick one endless spell within 18 inches of the model. The endless spell is dispelled. So normally, if you're attempting to unbind something or dispel an endless spell, you have to do it at the start of the hero phase before you do anything else. Any time in the phase, so that's good. That's decent. So what did he unbind? He unbound his own portal, interestingly.
Yeah, which is random, right?
It depends what spells they did through it. They might have done some spells through it that we didn't see.
So he tried to throw the Demon Rift through it and failed. So I guess he's pulled it back, so next turn he can then just cast it again.
Yeah. This is a great list, by the way, Benjamin. You should check it out. It's awesome. And also, Pete, you guys should check this list out. It's so sweet. Also, 12 Kadai Fireborn. Oh, yeah!
Are you telling people to take your list, Rob?
I'm fine with it. This is a great list. I'm loving watching it. The Star Trek list is fine as well. If you just want to just do mortal wounds from the other side of the board, you just be that guy. No one cares. Wait, is he putting it... You're going to put him on top of the house! Get out the house!
Let's see. No, he's too scared.
Yeah, that's the correct decision. Don't do that. Also, this Lord Castellanti will beat you up in a fight. He's so scary.
He's got a lantern that hurts demons too, right?
Yeah, he has. He's not the Azeros. But his lantern might hurt demons. He might have one that hurts demons, but I don't remember.
What is it? A Castellan? I'm going to find out. That's going to be my little bit of homework.
Whenever Stormcast do stuff, I'm just like, I don't care. If I'm honest, whenever I see them, I think
my description the other day when we were doing the show was as good as it gets. They're all just Mario in Mario Kart.
That's all they are.
When do we D3 mortal wounds to Chaos Demons with it?
When are we? Oh, what with his lantern?
Yeah.
In the shooting phase.
All right. Should have checked that. So he can open his lantern in the hero phase. He can either pick Stormcast Eternals or a Chaos unit. If he opens it, it does 1 mortal wound. If it's a Chaos Demon, it does D3 mortal wounds.
Okay. All right.
The Kadai are running?
Can we talk about the absolute troll move of both the Gaunt Summoner and Kairos sitting next to his opponent's own spell portal?
Yeah.
to target. So the Kadai here you see are running. They're allowed to run and charge. So it looks like they've made the frog the enemy of the people. Do you know if they got Death Frenzy off on the Kadai?
Unaware, sorry.
Oh, okay. Maybe we could type it into them in the chat or something and find out. That'll be good to know, because if they have, that means any of those Kadai dying, they're going to be able to strike back in attack orders, which is really, really strong. But only until the end of this battle round, actually. So that's their ability. So that's
I don't know. Can you see the chat box?
No, I can't see it.
So I've typed it. Did Death Frenzy go onto the Kadai? And he's put, of course not. Come on.
So did they? Is that sarcasm? Is he using tech sarcasm to update us?
He's using tech sarcasm.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, everyone. That's bad news for all of the enemy right here. Look at these Star Drakes. They're in so much trouble. Oh no.
I think he's just ignoring the Star Drakes.
He is. Well, he doesn't. It takes 2 turns for Star Drakes to kill to kill 10 pink horrors. He's not bothered. I think he's actually freeing up room to put 10 more pink horrors down.
Yeah, probably.
Which is the worst situation to be in. Look at this. I can't wait for him to charge. Oh my god. This is 2 of my favourite units in the game. Kadai Fireborn versus Kroak. This is so sad. You hate to see it, but you also love to see it at the same time. When do we get to know if he summoned 10 more pink horrors? That's the real question. So 10 more pink horrors.
Yeah, I think, isn't it?
So he's going to probably
here we go.
them
End
there.
of movement.
End
3
of
dice.
movement.
They are.
Where are they?
On his little side thing, I think.
He's rolling. Oh,
Yep.
If he rolls it. No, he didn't do it.
No.
He didn't do it. He didn't do it. That's really important. So if he'd have rolled a 10 or more.
I'm typing in chat, I don't care.
So that's great. So every turn, one of the heroes is able to roll 3 dice. And on a 10 or more, he would have summoned 10 more pink horrors. So we've got a game now, gentlemen. We've got a game. Probably. Maybe not. You know the nice thing about killing Kroak is he's not that expensive. So you haven't lost loads, I guess, if you think about it that way. But in a very real way.
Those
Pardon me?
Kadai have just walked into his own endless
Vortex.
spell as well.
Alright, he doesn't care about that. It's fine. They'll be fine. Razor Tree says, wow, that's big, lol. It is big, but I think maybe the game is close to over anyway. Like, he's going to score this turn. He is going to, I think, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4 Liberators. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, he's got 4.
He can't, unless he fights those Liberators, I don't think he can claim that objective.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And then he's got these 4 back objectives. And I don't think he's got this. Well, I suppose actually when this Star Drake starts killing the blues, he'll put some blues here. So we'll have this objective here. So he'll score like 5. So it's 6. At the minute, the score is 6-5. You guys can see that on. Wait, is it 6-5? Victory point 6-5.
Yeah, because we're on turn 2. So Chaos Ascendant's only scored once, 6 points. Stormcast scored twice and only got 5 points.
Yeah, I think this might snowball. Those 10 pink horrors would have made it snowball, but it's not snowballing at the minute. It depends, but with Kroak dead, and then the Star Drake's starting to take...
He's not dead yet.
Well, will he be dead?
Did I charge?
Yeah.
9. Oh no, total 6.
What, for the charge?
6, I think it's a 9.
Okay, so he's getting the Kadai in. Now, the cool thing about the Kadai is they have 3-inch range on their weapons.
Going for the Gryphound.
What? No, he'll just be putting some in one place, some in the other. Oh, he's also getting the objective is what he's looking to do. So yeah, they've got 3-inch range. So even though he's charged 6 inches, he's got an effective range of 9 inches. So he might make a declare a charge there, get there, pile in 3, 6. So even though it's only a 6-inch charge, he's still got an effective 12-inch range of like reaching out and battering stuff, which is kind of cool. Oh my god. Hurry up. Move your models.
While he's taking ages, do you want an update?
Yeah, please do, Adam. Yeah, tell me about the update from the rest of the tournament.
So my other favorite game is the Squigs. and they're not doing very well.
Oh, but the guy playing the Squigs is one of the nicest guys in the world.
He sounds lovely. I've been chatting to him a bit, but he's not very happy with. He's playing Mark Brooks, and his Mangler Squig got a massive 12-inch charge, and he was super excited. And then Kairos just told him no, and Kairos changed his dice roll, so he was not very happy with that.
That's so sad.
It was very mean. I was debating TOing it so that it was still a charge, but apparently that's not allowed.
Bud, by the way, is the king of all the Mennonites. I don't know if you know that. If you ever want to get back into the chat and have a chat with him, just say, I heard you're the king of the Mennonites, and he'll be happy to talk to you.
I'm going to do that in a minute. Sounds exciting.
So those
Riveting.
poor Squigs, though, we wanted them to do...
I know, the Squigs are not doing quite... they're just not doing very well, to be honest. The other one that I am going to talk about is the Seraphon with all the Saurus Knights. Because in turn 1, the Carnosaur with a made a 14-inch charge whilst flying into the Ossiarch Bone Reapers.
What?
And now
that's amazing.
He's just absolutely launched him forward with all his other knights as well. And the Ossiarchs are very much holding on for dear life, trying not to be eaten by dinosaurs.
Really? That's quite exciting, actually.
It's quite cool. It's a really cool game, actually.
It's the Saurus base list, right?
Yes, so it's got loads of like Saurus Knights and things. No Kroak, which is why it's cool.
Yeah, no Kroak is a huge bonus at this stage in any game.
And I'm not going to lie, I'm loving it because I've been playing so much Total War and I've just been running dinosaurs at people on that, so I'm in. It's great.
Well, that's good. That sounds really, really fun.
Table 5 is Khorne versus Seraphon, so Owen Jackson's Khorne versus Aaron Wilson's Seraphon. And the Seraphon are going to win that game by the looks of it. The Salamanders have just absolutely destroyed so much of the Khorne army that it's just not looking like he can come back for it.
Well, that's good because Owen actually hasn't been really that bothered about playing Seraphon anyway. He said that he's not really been too stressed about how much of an impact they've had on the gaming environment. So it'll be nice to hear his follow-up feelings after this match.
Seraphon are fine. There's nothing wrong with Seraphon. If anything, Kroak needs to come down in points. And the last game I'll tell you about is the Caradron Overlords versus Seraphon. The KO nearly killed Kroak in turn 1.
Oh, really?
But they didn't. No. He nearly had him. He got him down to 3 wounds and killed all the Temple Guard around him. But unfortunately, couldn't quite get those last few wounds onto him. And now it looks like the Seraphon are just going to turn around, look at him and go, you can get away now. So, yeah, that's not gone too well.
That's a shame. That's a real shame, to be honest. Look at this. Can we just talk about this? Can you see this game that we're watching? Can you see that he's drawn one of the Kadai as being side on to the building?
Tech, absolute hero. See, I do that when I play my Deepkin. I use blue tack and stick them to sides of buildings, and say, "And what? It's in the rules. Look at the rule book." And fuck off.
I actually stick one half of a bit of Velcro on, and then I Velcroed the bottom of all of my my flyer models, and I just Velcro them on.
I just use super glue.
Yeah, super glue. And another one is to super glue them right onto the side of the building.
Stick them onto the building, and then it's your building as well, so you get a free building.
You get to take it home with you, yeah. So that's another real big way of doing it. So we're still in the movement phase. No wonder this guy didn't finish the last tournament.
Yeah.
Come on.
You can't even move anything else because.
I've just had my first result.
Oh, what's happened?
So that table 2 game with the Caradron Overlords versus Seraphon, the Seraphon have taken a 20-0 win from it.
So we are going to see... Oh, go on.
That is his second 20-0 with that list today.
Well, we are going to see Seraphon probably in the final. They are the kings of the lockdown meta at the moment. Although I'm excited about this Legion of Chaos Ascendant army playing against it. Obviously not to watch it because this is the slowest thing on Earth. Yeah, I've seen
now
tectonic
piling in the Kadai.
Yeah, I've seen tectonic plates move faster.
Just flip the table.
No, I've hidden it from
tempted,
myself.
I can see it.
Yeah, I've hidden myself so I can't ever do it. But yeah, the Kadai. Oh, can we just talk about what's happened to this poor Griffhound being murdered here?
Yeah,
Look at
by
him.
3 could die.
Yeah, 3 Kadai. That's 15 attacks, hitting on 3s, wound on 4s, doing D3 damage. To be honest, Griffhound doesn't look happy about it at all.
No, he's having a bad day.
He's got such a mardy face on him.
He's going to be fine.
Yeah, he'll survive it. He'll survive it. A lot of 6-up armor saves. I think he's going to be able to handle this one. Twitch chat, what do you think his chances of surviving are? Yes, Games Workshop spent so much time reworking Battle Time Dinosaur that they didn't stop to think if they should. It's exactly right. Yeah? It's a Jurassic Park quote all over. They spent so much time thinking, what if we did this? They didn't stop to think, maybe we shouldn't do this thing. But they did it. And now the dinosaurs are too scary. Say that again?
I just drew a little sad face by the Griffhound.
Oh, the poor Griffhound. Oh, look at him. What is he called? Gary the Griffhound?
Yeah.
Gary the Griffhound. He's not going to make it. I think that's the biggest problem.
Oh,
like, look
this
at
is
it.
dangerous. I've just found the little ability to do things, and I found the flick button.
No, don't flick nothing.
That is the best button.
Don't do
If I
that.
ever play, I've been using that button so often, it's ridiculous. Especially when they set up a horde of 30 guys and you flick the front one all the way through. And that's the best thing to do.
You wouldn't be allowed to do that in real life at Warhammer. I think people would look down on you a little bit for doing it.
You say that.
Yeah, I do. I just wanted to use this sound. Look, we're all looking at the Griffhound. Aww. It's cute. I like that. That was fun. Okay. Is this Kadai unit ever gonna finish Gamey Bastard from Finland? Slow Bastard from Finland. Yeah? This is the problem. The main transportation system in Finland is skiing. Yeah, so this is why we're waiting for so long for this unit to finish. Have you ever seen a Finnish guy pop to the shops? It takes 3 to 8 weeks.
Walking back up the hill.
Yeah, it takes so fucking long. Okay, so we're finally into the attack phase. Will Lord Kroak die? That's the real question. Yeah, he's got a lot of Kadai attacking him. He's got one. What's up?
The Griffhound's dead.
Ah! Wah, 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 wah. Hold on. I'll get one of those out. That's a shame.
He lives on in my heart.
Yeah, yeah, and our dreams. Little Griffhound, bless him. And then Kroak. Will Kroak die here? That's the real question. He's surrounded. He's being mobbed. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Kadai. So that's only 35 attacks coming in.
Oh, here's all the dice.
Azrak in the chat says, as a Finn, I'm now a Finn. Azrak, are you finished? I didn't know that. So he hits on 3s, wounds on 4s.
Yeah, so there you go. Oh my.
Not very good, but it does D3 damage. Yeah, not great at all. So
can he not save it?
Yeah, you can save it. It's got no rend. It's got no rend. Oh, Kroak is dead.
Yeah.
Kroak is Didda. He didn't roll very well though, did he? On those Kadai. But that is Kroak dead. He's out. Mr. John Stark says, I've just ordered 12 salamanders. Am I doing this right? Did you also order Kroak? Because if not, you didn't. But not bad start. I just like to say that I genuinely was playing salamanders before the new book. I don't know if anyone else knows that, but I genuinely was. Just want everyone to be aware.
How many did you own before the new book?
4. Well, but taking 4 was actually quite a big deal. And I had written some lists with 12 in previously, because they were still decent before, but now they're silly, but great.
It's like I've been playing Techless for years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Razordons are great, though, but they're overlooked. But hopefully Salamanders get nerfed, and then the Razordons are cool. So buy something that believes... Azrak says, I'm a Finn and I'm living in Austria. Azrak, listen, I didn't mean anything by it. Like, when you go to the shop and you ski, that's fine. Like, Other people in England, we get a bus or a car, oftentimes.
Yeah. Sometimes cycle. I'm really into cycling now.
Oh yeah, I want to get into cycling. I want to get a bike, but I haven't got any money.
Last night I had hilarity because I decided I was going to have an easy dinner because I couldn't be bothered to cook. But because I'm an idiot, then I cycled for an hour and a half to get an easy dinner, and then got home and was like, just cycled for 2 hours, could have cooked anything.
I just use Deliveroo.
Oh really? Is it working around your yard?
Yeah, we don't care about the coronavirus. Apparently, people just want to die, so you know.
Yeah, it's an interesting time wherever you are in the world. Moon Tyranid says, I have always been playing insert God of Chaos book. Good, yes. Don't always have been playing Khorne, though, because that's a disaster. So in this turn, we're really getting off track. In this turn, because this is taking forever, the Kroak has died. We're only in turn 2. The Star Drakes this Star Drake is going to activate into the Pink Horrors. We've also seen the death of the Noble Gryph-hound. And then we are going to see some points on the board going into a priority roll here. As you can see, the score is currently 6-5, but Chaos Ascendant have still got to score in this turn. So we're still waiting for some points to be on the board there, right?
Yeah, the Star Drake are basically... The first Star Drake's attacking, and it's basically killed a load of pinks, but it's just made a load more blues.
Darren Lee, by the way, says Finnish player from table 2. Glad that Kroak died now. Go Finland. And Nicholas Dick says go Finland. This is apparently now the Finnish Age of Sigmar channel. And I apologise for all the things I've ever said about Finland. And specifically,
I heard you love Finland, and it's your favourite country.
The only thing I've said offensive about Finland is that I think that their national bird is a joke. As I think it might be a penguin. I'm not 100% certain if that's correct, but we'll find out. Chaos go for
isn't their national bird like I don't know. What's that? There's a really good song about birds. I'm digressing. There's some fighting going on.
That's fine. The swan.
There's a lot of debate about whether the other. Okay, so he's basically.
So he's piled in that blue horror to try and drag in the Star Drake effectively. Here you can see there's 2 blue horrors left. That means those blue horrors. That Star Drake is going to activate into those blue horrors as well. But those blue horrors, they've done no damage. Those Star Drakes, they're atrocious. Apparently, the national bird of Finland, by the way, is the swan.
Isn't that ours?
What?
Don't they all belong to the Queen?
No, in England, all swans belong to the Queen. I don't know about in Finland.
Well, doesn't she just own them all? I mean, you know, like, if you're going to do a job, do it right?
Yeah, if you aren't English, we were raised to believe that if you even so much as thought a nasty thought about a swan, the Queen would come to your house and arrest you.
And you get hung. Treason. High treason.
Yeah, high treason, yeah. Yeah, you get...
You, Robert, you looked at that swan for me. God.
Apparently England's national bird is a robin. What?
Who?
A robin, England's.
Oh, I'm completely digressing now. As you're aware, I've been gardening a lot more since isolation. And I have a robin that when I'm gardening sits on the fence and like my spade and just chills out with me. It's really cool.
Oh, that's nice. We've started leaving food out for birds, which is nice. It's a nice little thing. I want to get a bird box one day. Anyway, back to
the slowest piling in history.
No, do you know what? No, fuck it. While we're into it, more bird facts. Scrivo's put, a nationwide ballot saw more than 200,000 people elect the robin as Britain's national bird after it swooped away with 34% of the vote. It beat competition from the barn owl, which came second with 12%, and the blackbird in third with 11%.
Barn owl story.
Apparently, we only elected it as the national bird in 2015. What were we doing before then? We were just a birdless country.
Yeah, who knew?
Wow. Yeah. I don't. I like pigeons. I think pigeons are the national bird in England. They're basically useless and they shit everywhere.
Yeah,
that's
the national
England.
bird of Krakow.
What?
They are. Yeah, in Krakow, there's a story that all the birds in the city centre of Krakow are an old military army that got turned to pigeons by a witch's tale.
Shut up.
Yeah, fact. Learned it while I was there.
Another bird fact is that the national bird of Australia is the emu, and the Australians lost a war to the emus, the Great Emu War. I don't know if you've ever heard of that.
No, but there you go.
No, it's a fact. So if you guys are joining us, we are in turn 2. We're about to be the end of turn 2 for Chaos Ascendant versus Stormcast. I'll go get you the links for
We're currently just watching a Star Drake not destroy some more pink horrors.
It's basically all we've seen so far. So this is the Stormcast list. I've put it into the chat. And then the Legion of Chaos list, which is genuinely a really, really cool list. Very, very cool list.
I would say that it's probably one of the best lists I've seen recently.
Yeah, do you like it?
Yeah, like, I think because it's cool, right? Because not only is it strong, it's got a really interesting play style, but it also, I think probably even more so, not on Tabletop Simulator, looks great.
yeah, it looks really good. Imagine if you had like a cohesive themed army for the Legion of Chaos Ascendant. It would look amazing. I'm building stuff for my Legion of Chaos Ascendant anyway. So when this came out, you heard me talk about it before. So I want to put some Blood Crushers in it. My Pink Horrors go in it really well. Gaunt Summoner goes in it. There's one in this list. So you can do really fun with that. All of the Vermin Lords. A Deceiver in Legion of Chaos Ascendant would be really wicked. I think
really there's probably something better than Demonettes. Maybe you could get in there. I know they've not done anything and they're just there for bodies. But
not bad though.
no, they're not terrible.
And they're 100 points, which is important. Rick Muffrose asks, I'm asking because I've got 21 Fireborn. Rick, yeah, stick them in Legion of Chaos Ascendant and then have a character around them. You get an extra 5 up after damage save on top of their 5 up ethereal save, so you can increase their survivability. You can also stick a Death Frenzy style spell on them as well, called the Echo of Hatred. Great name as well. I'm casting the Echo of Hatred. It sounds like this. Let me just do it for you.
I hate you! Come down, I hate you!
That's the Echo of Hatred. Did that work? Or not work?
Yep. Yeah, it worked.
Okay, good. Are we at the end of this phase yet? Or is it never ending?
It's never ending.
So he's just putting out his deaths here from the second Star Drake that piled in, as you can see. So he's outscored thanks to the Brimstone Horrors here, and he's also put more of these blue horrors here to try and score and outscore these guys.
Yep, and he can burn now, which I think with the next decision.
He can. He could just burn those objectives because we are playing Scorched Earth.
Yeah, he's just reading the rules.
So a couple of just while we're waiting for the rules to be read, we'll do some more bird facts. Azrak has Azrank. I don't know how to say that, man. Type it in the chat how you want me to say it. You gorgeous man. National animal of England is apparently a lion, which is not native to England, and the national animals of Scotland and Wales are a unicorn and a dragon, respectively, which are at least native to Nottingham. Wait, is the national animal of Scotland a unicorn?
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah. It's where enchantresses on unicorns are from.
Of course. I hadn't realised. That's my own
If
fault.
no one knows, you can still find her in Azia. She's great.
A decent.
Okay, so he's burnt 2 objectives.
Okay, so
it's now 17-5.
Okay. So how many points did you score that turn? 11 points.
He burnt 3 objectives.
Oh, which 3? Oh yeah, because he got that one.
It's been deleted, yeah.
Okay, so incredibly good turn there. So he scored. What did he score? 11 points that turn.
Yeah.
11 points scored. that would be. I'm going to call that game, James, because
Yeah.
like there's no way you can come back from that.
I don't think it's even statistically possible, right?
Not unless he somehow jumps onto all the objectives this turn and then holds on to that back objective for the whole game. With
So they're rolling
priority.
priority on a die side in one of the boxes. So they rolled a 2 and a 2. So the Stormcast gets to choose.
Oh, R.I.P. the Griff. Is Stormcast get the turn?
Well, they get a choice because it was 2-2 on the dice roll.
Okay. Here it comes. It could work. So all he has to do is use these 2 star rates to kill everything, and then the Liberators have to. And then the Liberators. He hasn't even done a wound to the Kadai. Not one.
No.
This is over. This is what I'm calling it. This is over. This is a disaster. Yeah. If there are any other games they want to know about, we should go find them. But I'm not sure what games. We should probably go to some other tables, James. To be honest, because this one's flat over, brother.
Shall I? Is there anything you'd like to see? Because I could go find it while you natter.
Well, there's no mammoths left. We know that, right? They're all dead.
We're on table 4. It's really hard to see what's going on them. Right, let's have a look. Join stream. So there's a game with a load of salamanders.
What versus a load of other salamanders?
No, it's not that.
Let's go to the Seraphon. Let's try and find the Seraphon mirror match.
That will be high, I imagine.
Table 3.
Oh, there's an Alariel versus
Table 3.
Table 3.
Table 3. That's what we should go try and find. This is our first time, everyone, trying to table jump. So if it goes wrong, we apologise.
Have you found the table? I've got the table. I think. Right. Let's try. Here we go. Are you leaving as well, Rob, or would you like me to find it and you can
find it and then invite me? I'll keep abreast of this hot action to see what just this one Lord Exorcist is going to do versus such unimaginable hate.
Would you like an update while you're
please do.
jumping tables? So table 5 was the Khorne versus Seraphon. So Owen's Khorne versus Aaron Seraphon, and Owen got the double turn.
Yes,
but it was a turn too late.
Oh,
and unfortunately, all the blood secretors had died, and he couldn't buff enough stuff. But he is making a game of it, and he is definitely not going down without a fight. But it does look like it's going to be a Seraphon win.
Again.
Table 9 was the Slaves to Darkness versus Uruks. That is the chariot list that you saw on game 1. And the chariots they're in a proper tough time of it, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the Uruks, he's playing against loads of all the Uruks that are just walking forward and going, "Go on, charge me, do it, go on, do it." And unfortunately, I think they're nearing the end of their game. But it looks like the Uruks are going to take it just because the chariots can't do enough damage to them. But they did say that if the chariots can get the next priority roll, they could have a chance. But yeah, it's not looking good for them. Table 11 is the Ogres versus Uruks. This is so destruction off. And so this is the Stonehorn list versus just loads of different Uruks, basically a typical big war list. And the Stonehorns are having a whale of a time. They're running around clipping objectives saying, "Haha, I count as 10, look at me go." And then burning everything as they see fit. The Uruks are trying their best, and they've teleported a few units to try and clip the back objectives. But again, that looks like it's going to be an Ogre win. So yeah, that's what I've got so far.
Oh, I'm in Owen's game.
That's the wrong one. You told
me table 3. You told me table 3.
No.
Which game do I want?
The Seraphon mirror match.
Do you know what table they're on?
I do not.
They're table 3. Khorne versus Seraphon's table 5. I will acquire everything for you.
Oh, damn it! He's give table 3, and then he put, "Oh, I'm table 5." This is the problem when I can't just walk up to a table. Right, what table do I want? 3.
Okay, so
I got. Oh, no,
while you guys go find the tables, I'll let you know what's happened. This is the end of the game. If you just joined us, I'll quickly run you through what happened. We've got a Legion of Chaos Ascendant army versus a Stormcast army with an allied Kroak. Turn 1, what happened is a Gaunt Summoner summoned 10 pink horrors, and another unit of 10 pink horrors was summoned in this line, and effectively that was the beachhead. There was a Verminal Corruptor who's still there, as you can see, surrounded by 12 Kadai. They all took kind of like defensive position behind the pink horror screen, with some demonettes holding these back objectives. And then in the first turn, Kroak tried to do some spells and didn't do very much and kept moving more and more forward and eventually ended up over there. The Star Drakes, first turn, they went straight into these pink horrors. It took them 2 turns. They got the double turn. Eventually killed 1 unit of those pink horrors. The other unit of pink horrors is still here in these existing blues and brims, even in the next turn. So they ate through those. And then in the Legion of Chaos Ascendant turn 2, some pretty phenomenal stuff happened. The Warp Lightning Vortex went down. The Kadai charged Kroak and a Gryphon that was here, grabbed them, murdered them all, murdered Kroak, murdered the Gryphon, grabbed all of these objectives and burnt them, as you can do. And then that's pretty much it. They've lost almost nothing. Both Star Drakes are on full wounds. All the Kadai are on full wounds. All of the characters are pretty much on full wounds. So it's not really been a game of anything dying, with the exception of these pink horrors. And even then, they've died really slowly. But it's been an interesting game, just to look at visually, and to see how it might work. I think it's been a tough matchup really for the Stormcast and the Star Drakes. So I think it would be very interesting to see what a more mobile or a more scary kind of army with bodies, let's say Seraphon, would do against this Legion of Chaos Ascendant list, because it's so good, I think. So we might be able to jump. So that's it. Yeah, that's what's happened.
Just searching, sorry. So
okay.
At the minute, we're just trying to work out how we jump from table to table. Let's just be honest. It's all new. They're hanging on.
Yeah, they paused for 5 minutes. So they're just going to see if you guys can get up, and then they're going to carry on once you get in.
Okay. Are you in the game?
No.
Okay. Sure. I'm struggling to find it.
Not something James says very often, actually. It's
No.
So we've moved on to the Stormcast turn. Thank you, Antu, for the love heart, you gorgeous man. We've seen the Comet finally cast next to Kairos. There we go. Next to the Gaunt Summoner, and so he's going to start doing some mortal wounds, start chipping away. The Verminal Corruptor now down to 9 wounds. Kairos taken 2. Gaunt has only got 2 wounds left, and also these Demonettes have died. So there might be like a counter charge coming in. There are still 2 units of Liberators off the board. So you could drop a unit of Liberators here, take this objective. Unit of Liberators here, take this objective. That's very possible. And the Kadai are out of position to go from where they are here and go back and defend. They are more than likely going to push through this turn and burn this objective, but it doesn't mean that those Liberators couldn't land here and try to hold on for a few turns. Probably not very likely. It's a long shot. But those Star Drakes are still alive. They're still unwounded, effectively. They are right next to a Vortex, so you expect them to take some damage. But they're still an active element in the game. So yeah, that's where we're at, and then we're going to go see if we can find ourselves a fun game of Seraphon versus Seraphon, but I'm not certain we're going to see that anytime soon, depending on what James is up to.
I'm struggling with the details they've left to. I'm struggling with the details they've left to get the password to work. So bear with.
No problem. So Antu is just drawing in for us here, which is lovely. We're all just we're just waiting. Imagine if you could draw on real life tables. We'd be in all sorts of trouble, I think. People would tell us off. Oh, James. Well, do you know what? We don't have to stress about it if you don't want to. It's not a drama. Well, what do you think, Twitch chat? What do you want us to do? Just hang out here, have a laugh, yeah? Or do you want to just try and find this Seraphon game? I'd be interested to know what you guys are up to. He spelled his own name wrong. Hey, Captain Woodrow. I mean, you can draw on real life tables. You can. I don't know if you should, but you 100% can. Again, don't think that should be what you do. Is anyone excited? Is this game or these games on TTS making anyone excited for playing some real life games? Getting in the mix? That's the real question. Seraphon, please. Yeah, it's endless spell gloom spike list. Oh, nice. Rob. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, Tequila, thanks for joining the knee stabbing gang. Appreciate you. You're an angel. That's very nice here.
Okay, we're almost in. We've had some password issues. I'm almost there. I think this is my favourite bit of the day where I'm like, normally I could just walk to a table, walk back. Alright, bear with me. We're on our
Don't
way.
worry, we're doing it. So Mr. John Stark thinks that TTS is better than IRL. I mean, it's got some great advantages. If we used it as a supporting tool for the community, along with live tournaments. But for me, I mean, obviously now with the Rona and everything else, it's a really tough environment. Don't forget as well, Games Workshop in no way endorses this. Like, this is all community organised and funded. Not funded, but community organised. So,
keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yeah, keep it secret. So if no one can tell anyone about it, that would be really good. Yeah?
I'm in.
Anton, it was a great game to watch. I loved it. Oh, we're in. It was a great game.
Join on me. I will message you the password in Skype.
Okay, let's try this. Let's try going to the next game, shall we?
Here we go. Right, I'm in. Oh my god, this is some serious carnage.
Hold on, we're not there yet. You give me a moment to get there, and then...
Just you wait till you can see how many lines are on the board.
How many what?
Lines are on the board,
Oh,
and measuring sticks are down.
Oh god, Seraphon players. I don't want to say Seraphon players are the worst because they're my guys. Do you know what I mean? I want to be like, yeah, I like these guys.
Also, whoever set this table up is serious about their TTS.
So I am joining your game. That's what my plan is to do. Let's see if I just.
Well, they've even got a clock out.
Oh no, I've done it wrong. I'm sorry, I'm out. But well done to those guys. Let's just well done to the Legion of Chaos Ascendant winning their game because that's definitely what's good. Hold on, I'm going to join one more time. Join game. Oh, I've got to enter the server password. No one look. No one look.
They can't see it anyway.
Yeah, everyone can see it. Whoops. So it's just going to have to be. Okay, it's super secure, this password. Yeah, don't worry. Please don't hack us.
Well, once me and you are in, the server's full, so we're okay. Oh, this is well useful then. There's a little scorched earth thing, in case anyone doesn't know what it does.
I'm going to be grey. Oh my god.
There you go.
I hate this entire experience. This is awful. I much prefer the other ones. This is a way uglier board. Okay.
It's basically a Realm of Battle board, right? It's an original Realm of Battle board, but obviously not leveled.
Yes. Right, okay, so we're in. So who's playing who? That's the real question. What are we looking at? Look at this! Look at this shit! Look at this dickhead! Kroak on this Balewind, and he's like, oh, I wonder what you're doing. He's like, I'm also on a Balewind over here in this forest. Yeah? What a bag of shit. Look at it. Just eyeballing each other like a pair of twats.
I like the fact there's two Kroaks on Balewinds and then some poor lowly Slan just sat on the floor.
Have you, my question, have you ever seen two dogs when they see that there's another dog way too far away to bark at each other yet, but enough where they see each other and all they can do is eyeball each other?
Just staring.
Just staring. That's what Kroak is doing.
I see you, other Kroak.
Yeah. So what turn are we in? What's the situation? Where are we?
It is 8-7.
Oh yeah, there we go.
We don't have a turn number because if it's still round 1.
No, it can't be. It can't be. It's. I'm just gonna change some random things for people.
There we go.
And timer. Start the timer.
I feel like the Seraphim players might get upset.
Yeah, we won't do this. In fact, actually, it feels fairly pointless being here. Let's be honest, everyone, because we have no idea what's happening. We can't ask the players really, but we do know we do know that we have a Lord Kroak with an Ashloth banner bearer here, so he's just going to be doing mortal wounds all over. We also have a Lord Kroak here next to some Geminids, but we don't know whose Geminids they are. With some Saurus Guard. We also have a whole bunch of Skinks about to fight a Saurus Oldblood. He's only got 4 wounds left. And then another Ashloth banner bearer over here. And then some racist swords.
And some chameleon skinks. I like the pose on those chameleon skinks. They look like they're waiting for something.
Pardon me?
The chameleon skinks look like they're waiting for something if you look at their pose.
Where are they?
Behind the Ashloth bearer that's at the front.
Okay.
You've got a Carnosaur, a bearer, and then the chameleon skin.
Oh, those are some great models. So the Seraphim ones look great because they're all ripped from Total War, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look so cool. Look at this Ashloth banner bearer. It looks amazing. Oh, yeah. It's on some skulls of some humans. There you go. There's only ever human skulls I've noticed, but okay. That seems fine. Oh my god, look at this slan. I'm gonna get your little fishies. So he has got all of his wounds. This Kroak has got all of his wounds. This Kroak has got all of it. Yeah. I didn't know it was. Oh no! We just saw this is a mess. Look at this board. Stuff everywhere. Anyway, we just saw the Carnosaur go down. So these skinks obviously have just dealt him a mortal blow.
Killed by blowpipes.
Killed by blowpipes. It does look like the guy on the left is doing better than the guy on the right. He has way more dudes. That is a tactical analysis of the game so far. Way more.
Yeah,
Grubby, thanks for subscribing.
12-8 as well.
You are?
Currently 12-8.
It's very close though. Also,
yeah.
I just saw we got a new Patreon from Austin. Thanks, bud. Thank you, you little gangster. So nice of you for joining Patreon. If anyone, get yourself some chickpeas on me. What a fucking nice guy. I love chickpeas. If anyone wants to join us on Patreon, please do. Yeah, you feel free. That would be ace. Or just subscribe. That'd be awesome. It helps us do this. When we do get back to doing in real world live coverage, it helps us buy new equipment and stuff that we need to do better live coverage.
And eat.
And eat is the key part. I did put getting better equipment ahead of eating to give you some sense of my priorities.
Yeah, I'm aware of them.
So that'd be cool. But anyone who has done that or subscribes, thanks. But if you don't want to do it and you think I shouldn't be asking for money, then fine. Whatever your opinion is. But thank you to all of you for being here. There you go. Easy. Sold it. Nailed it. What's happening, James? Some skinks are moving.
So
wait, is he moving each skink individually?
Apparently so.
Oh, no, it's okay.
So I have to admit that I'm a huge dinosaur fan. I've never played Seraphim. However, I didn't think a conversation would ever make myself literally have made dinosaurs boring. But now listening to the chat, I think dinosaurs.
You broke up loads there, bro. What did you say one more time?
I said I love dinosaurs. I've never played Seraphon. I didn't think anyone could make dinosaurs boring. But I am now listening to the very convoluted chat about measurements. I'm thinking they might have just made dinosaurs boring.
Yeah, Rocco, your boy. I know we could have the guys do the audio over the chat as well, but it's just I think it would be a little bit. I don't know. Maybe we could.
So I have the audio in my ear and literally wouldn't get any comment. Just two people talking.
Yeah, it's not the best.
Super not engaging.
Yeah, it's not engaging, and that's the point. It's meant to be us having engaging conversation about it, which is how we do the commentary anyway.
Wait, this is engaging?
Well,
Didn't even realise you were still sat there, sir.
I've literally just joined again with a mammoth update.
Oh,
Okay,
tell us the
go for
mammoth
it.
update. What's happened?
Fuck all.
Oh,
So there's 2 mammoths down now. The Sylvaneth have managed to kill 2 mammoths. And it's actually a super tight game. So at the top of turn 3, and Alariel is running forward, trying to scorch as many objectives as she can. But unfortunately, in that turn 2, she didn't quite kill enough to steal one of the objectives, because apparently she sucks for her points. But yeah, it's super tight, and personally, it looks like it's going to go to the Sylvaneth because of just the amount of damage that he's managed to do. But yeah, it's looking close. It's looking good.
well, I want the mammoths. So the Sylvaneth are going to beat the mammoths. So none of the mammoth has not won any games so far.
I think so. It's looking that way right now.
I mean, the
But-
mammoths aren't great.
This is true. But also Sylvaneth aren't as well, so, you know.
I don't know. I think some mammoths are fine, but this is just me being me. But okay, right.
We've had a fair few results, which is
oh
cool.
yeah. Tell us some of the results, and then I think we could call it because we have no idea what's happening in this game, and we're gonna watch Frog's next game. So tell us the results.
So on table 5, Owen Jackson, he has lost to the Seraphon. So the Seraphon has beaten the Khorne on that one. Table 8, Dan Arnold with his Idnef Deepkin have managed to beat the Ossiarch Bean Reapers. The
Ossiarch bean counters.
Those are the ones. Yep. Apparently, like the endless spell, it just counts things. So yeah, he's managed to take that one. He said it was quite a nice matchup for him because on Scorched Earth, Ossiarch struggled a little bit, and the Eels have just been managed to just run around him, to be honest. Table 11, Pask versus Chris Bowden. Table 11 was Ogres versus Uruks. The Ogres have managed to win that. It looked like they were going to win quite comfortably just because the amount of models that Stonehorns count as, just running around saying, I count as 10, this is my objective now, and burn it. So, yeah, that was a good game, though. And that's about all I've got so far.
That's not bad though. Maybe at the start of the next round we could do a round recap and letting everyone know where things are going. We're gonna leave this now for now because we don't really know what's happening. And we will
slow.
and it's slow, and we will watch a Seraphon probably mirror as the final match, which will be fun. Although, just burn this image into your mind: these two fucking croaks on Balewinds eyeballing each other. Yeah, I think it's double funny because obviously they're just like the same sculpts that you get. So
Painted
just
the same.
the same Balewinds. It's just ludicrous. So if you guys have enjoyed this, what time does the next round start, Adam?
So the next round starts at 5:30, so in about 40 minutes. There is 35 minutes left of this round. And then,
Wait, where's the day gone?
that's not wrong. Fuck me. It is at 5:30. Don't ask me how many fucking minutes that is, but yeah, 5:30.
Okay, 5:30, so 5:30. Boring. So yeah, 5:30. 5:30. Join us again. So that's 5:30 BST. So British Summertime or whatever the fuck else you call those things, GMT. So join us for that. You guys are the best. So 5:30 British summer time. We'll post it out. We'll be on all the social forums as well to do that. So this has been super great. So in 50 minutes time, thanks, Grevo. That gives us a nice little break. It's James.
To be a teacher, and I can't even count.
Thanks, Adam, for helping us in the updates.
That's all right.
Thank you to the people who have been playing. Apologies if you don't like what we said. James, thanks for being my wingman co-host and emotional support anchor.
Pleasure.
And most importantly, to the people who matter the most, to people watching live at home, thank you guys, for watching this thrilling T-Sports event. Who will win this one-day event? Will it be Seraphon or will it be Seraphon? Oh, it could be the Legion of Chaos Ascendant.
Right?
No, it'll be Squigs.
Oh, Elka Reb, thanks for donating 2,000 bits to the show. Woohoo! Elka Reb, you little babe. All right, okay, we're going. We're going for a break. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.
Cool.
Join
Love
us
you,
again.